Hitting it now. Go on. There we go. All right, we are live. That's freaky.
Stuart, so many emotions when thinking about today's topic. You know, these are all the faces of the many emotions I feel when thinking about all the new ships we have. You know, this is us, Stuart. This is it's as if they said, "Hey, Trekyards, let's throw them a billion things." Feels like we've been targeted in the best possible way.
Yeah, I'm definitely fine with that for sure. Everybody hit like though.
Ooh,
Right away.
that like button.
George Mangrum, $2 first, he says. And Ozzy throws in $2. Hi, hope the Reliant changed the prefix code.
Well, until the Borg came in and did stuff. So yeah, looking forward to seeing all of these images with you guys. We talked about Discovery yesterday. It was a fun discussion, but less full. And now we're back to some pretty epic ship-based things. Only possible because production leader David Blass has been oversharing. And we eat that up. So much so that we can't even cover it all in short order. So we're kind of scattergunning this a little bit today, although we'll go down and break down things properly. But, you know, so much, Stuart. It's like the opposite of Discovery the last 5 weeks. One we're reaching for the bottle, the other one we're being, you know, it's a rain shower. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm happy with it that it's coming in so fast and furious, but at the same time it's like, geez, guys. But yeah, don't worry. We just wanted to talk about this fleet, and we're going to do that live here, and then we will, you know, do different separate breakdown videos and stuff, I think. So make sure you're subscribed and hit like, you know, the routine, notification bell icon, so you don't miss that stuff.
Yes. And Jordan asks, question start, since you keep mentioning it in the Stargazer and other recent videos, what does a transporter targeting detail look like on a ship? It's a small yellow rectangle with little grills that sort of pipes out at the sides. It was invented for the Enterprise D. It was on the E, on Voyager, on Prometheus, on the Equinox, on every single Rick Sternbach ship, and now it's back on the Stargazer. So it's that. It's yellow detail. And you can see it in the Stargazer that goes by.
Yeah, they're all over the ship. They're kind of everywhere. But nowhere. There's not very many. It's weird. They face in all directions, generally.
Yes, and if you think of the Enterprise D, just behind, like between the captain's yacht and the torpedo tube, there's a connection point in the source section with the star drive section. There's one blinky, and like right behind the blinky, there's like one. It's like right almost on it. It's a really weird placement. Like those things, it's kind of like there's the details. So yeah, there you go. All right, I'm gonna start sharing. So I want people to talk and chat and discuss. This is a good topic. See you, man.
Yes, it is. Yes, this is kind of what we do, guys, with our ships. Hopefully you guys do as well. So 121 of you here, 71 likes. Make sure you hit that like button. That's the easiest way to help us out. You can also super chat, as you've seen a few people already have. If you want us to make sure that we read it on the air, we do read all the super chats. So if you're able to, please do that. Have a question or a comment about a particular ship or anything, let us know. We do check out the regular chat as well as do the moderators, so we will, you know, read interesting stuff out of there also. So don't worry, we got you covered. But if you can support us, we'd really appreciate it. The super chats are a great way to do so. Also, joining the channel, there's a join button down there. Like I said, make sure you are subscribed and make sure you're notified with the bell notification icon. Click to all so you don't miss any of our content. We do a lot of breakdown videos and things like that. So it's worth making sure that you know we're posting new content because you probably want to watch it. So do all that stuff. Also, you can send a PayPal. Just send it to trekyards@hotmail.com. The information for all that stuff is in the description of every video, so please check out the description. Also down there, you're going to find things like TeePublic, Teespring, stores which have the Trekyards merchandise. And also links to Eagle Moss and things like that, where you got a discount code Trekyards10 to save yourself some money. So just make sure you use the link down below, the Eagle Moss affiliate link, to go to Eagle Moss, because it is an affiliate link. And that's how it works. They need to know where the traffic's coming from. So if you can do that, we'd really appreciate that. So lots of stuff to see and do down in the description of each video, and hopefully you like joining us for these lives. Yeah, we do these this time of day during the week, sometimes on the weekends, sometimes we have special ones. I have some late at night generally. So yeah, there's lots of content and lots of lives and stuff for you guys to not miss out on and hang out with us. So if you're able to, please do so.
I have a poll instantly because I'd really like to know something.
You do the poll and I'll read the super chats that came in. Chuck A throws in $2. I can't stay for the live. Working. Later, guys. Well, good to see you. Thank you, Chuck. Dave, Dave has joined the channel with the rank of captain. So welcome, captain. Welcome aboard. Good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for joining. Those channel memberships are a big deal. They really help out the channel. So please continue to just check how much it is for a monthly way to help us out. Simon Uphill throws in €20, which is amazing. Thank you so much. Hey guys from Helsinki, love the channel. Thanks for all the great Trek goodness. I'm still feeling a warm glow from season 2, episode 1 of Picard. Have a drink on me. Well, we don't have drinks right now. I don't even have even water at this point. I should probably go get some. But yeah, Darren Wagner has joined the channel at the rank of commander. Ooh, that's just welcome aboard. So that's 2 channel memberships already. That's good for any live stream. The most we ever had was like 3 or 4 in one of them when we first introduced it, but those make a big deal to the channel, both to the algorithm and to, just us on a monthly basis. So if you're able to check out that join button, at least click it and see what you get. Get your name highlighted, you get a little badge beside your name, and you also get to use stickers and emojis and stuff in the live chat. So Dave throws in £2. And thanks for all you do. You're going to be busy. Yes, we are aware.
I mean, every working day since Picard came out, it's been which is great. We mm-hmm. And it's funny because unlike the original Picard, because I remember the first episode was also obscene. I think it was 2 episodes a day for a week. It was so jam packed because we were so excited. But a lot of that was the story theories and such. And this is all tech. Everything we've talked about this week is all tech. No story stuff, no content, just tech. Hardcore Trekyards tech. Wow.
Yeah. Guys, we have 87 likes, 158 of you here, though, so
Fantastic.
Everybody hit that like button if you're just joining us. I want to get to 120 likes. That's the first like goal.
But
so
read out the polls,
like
Stuart.
I'm getting there, I'm getting there. Okay. Yeah. We have 52 votes already, and the poll is, has this first episode of Star Trek, or season 2 of Picard, totally changed your appreciation or mental vibe for Picard? The options are yes, like, and excited for Picard now. No, still not interested in Picard. And the same, honestly. So go vote in the poll.
Yeah, go vote.
The better feel we get for what people are thinking. So
with so many of you as well, they're excited. And it's got so many little things to talk about, and I'm sure a lot of this concept stuff is worth a discussion by itself. And I'm sure once they get into the past era stuff, the 2024, I believe it is, 2025, then we might then come back to some of this stuff. So you will see it maybe in a couple of weeks' time, because they're not going to show 10 new ships in the mega past. So we don't want to do 2 episodes a week or a day like we did last time, because it's just burning through good content. We'll wait, we'll pause, we'll do that stuff then. Just kind of a bit of everything.
Yes. So. All right. I don't know how we're going to structure this one. We're just going to talk about the ships, I assume.
Well, start with the thumbnail. I mean, we've got 4 ships. What is the symbolic importance of this thumbnail?
Well, there's some Star Trek Online ships there. A new Excelsior II class. We got the Jen Hay, which is from season 1 of Picard, unfortunately. But hey.
But Jen Hay, Stuart.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
No, you said but hey, and I just joked. But Jen Hay.
Oh, gotcha.
The way you said but hey, I thought it was funny. Yeah. I don't off the bat, I'll ask, what do you think about calling it the Excelsior II class?
It's incredibly lazy and stupid. That's my honest thought.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Eric Martin throws in $5. Khan said it best. We are one big happy feet.
Yeah.
Kirk, my old friend.
See, I actually find that being Excelsior II, it's just very clear. I kind of like the idea that it's a spiritual successor in a very literal way.
It should have just been called. This is not the Obina class.
No Bina
Just
class.
to make it. Just the Nobina. Oh my god. Just to make it clear to everybody. Yes.
No, it's kind of, I kind of like that. And also, it opens up the Discovery might get like the Sovereign 6 class. That'd be funny as hell. This is the, god. Inquiry 9 class.
Although I gotta say, honestly, if everybody wants to see the Enterprise the whole time, I would be super happy to have an Enterprise class Enterprise. Just once. It's the Enterprise, but it's also the Enterprise class. Because they kind of did that in beta canon and stuff after the motion picture came out. Because the refit of the TOS Enterprise was so extensive, so many changes made, that they actually called it the Enterprise class. Because it was kind of its own class, but that didn't stick. So it's a nice idea. But yeah.
The only issue is that if they do that, then that's it for the era. That's it for all time. That is now the Enterprise class. Like, you have to have almost the best Enterprise in the Enterprise class for it to be worth that, using that. Not necessarily against it, but you'd have to make like the best Enterprise. But certainly interesting.
It's just a class name. I mean, we've had many. So
yeah, but the Enterprise.
General Grievous, $2 in before Galaxy S2. Akira class starship. What? Okay.
Oh, he means like the 22nd version of the Galaxy class. By that logic.
Oh. Gotcha. Yes. Alright, that makes sense.
But,
yeah.
And we'll go into the close-ups as well. You can see, yes, the Inquiry class is here. The redesign for Star Trek Online, which is radically, massively, megally, superly better. And we'll see clear views later.
More detailed.
It's just astoundingly better. What intrigued me about these shots that was released, all the Star Trek Online ships are actually the renders from Star Trek Online. They weren't even, why would you necessarily do in the new render engine? But they're all the Star engine. I'd love to see how they looked with their slight tweaks. We've been told they kept the texturing, because why would you? They're quite intricate texturing. Why redo it if you've just rebuilt a model at that point? But it'd be fun to see how they looked. Whereas the Inquiry, the Stargazer, the Excelsior, and I guess the Sovereigns. I guess the Sovereigns are new render engines. Kind of interesting to see which one's which. Although I have a theory about the Sovereigns.
Yeah. Well, I was interested to see the size chart that Dave Blass shared because
that's a hell of a surprise.
Yeah, I didn't think the Stargazer was the size it was. I knew it was smaller, but I didn't think it was as smaller than the Inquiry class, for example.
Let me just get that up.
It's one of those things that we love size charts because it really helps us out and makes our job easier.
I mean, this would have been my job to do once we got Star Trek Online scales, and they did it for us. Because once you have this with one cannon ship, you can do it for everything, Yeah.
Even the Excelsior class is edges out the Stargazer for size, and I'm glad to still see that the Sovereign is the biggest. It's got the longest length. So.
I mean, it does show how obscene an Inquiry is, because they had to keep to that the original. How it's about just slightly longer, but because of the size of the saucer, it's such a massively bigger ship in total volume. And the secondary hull is like double the width of the Sovereign. I mean, it should be at least 30 to 40% smaller, really. But no, it's astoundingly fun that the Stargazer is so small. That's what I said going in. Shuttle bay seemed nice in size. That is such a good size for that sort of thing. We don't need to keep excelling and bigging like the Inquiry. We can say, what's the mission profile? What's it compared to other ships of the similar classes? Let's have it be that. No, that's great. I mean,
mission profile is interesting too. Oh, sorry.
No, I was
I was going to say mission profile is interesting too because we assumed that the Stargazer was a scientific vessel, which it probably is, honestly, especially by its motto on its dedication plaque. But a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it's a battleship." It's not, though. Not everything's a battleship.
Yeah. Why would they assume that? I don't quite understand.
I don't know. It has 4 nacelles, got a lot of power. No, it's a long-range explorer. That's why it has 4 nacelles. Just like the Constellation class Stargazer that from days of old.
Yes.
Anyway.
But it's a really, I mean, this is just such a nice thing to do. And if you're a 3D modeler, I mean, there's some more of those. You know, boom, there you go.
Yeah.
Bob is your uncle. And yeah, have the Sovereign still be such a meaty boy in this equation is important. I mean, yes, the Ross is actually out everything it. You know, the Sorcerer is massively bigger. You know, this is well, especially the bloody Sutherland. I mean, wow, they're actually much bigger ships.
Yeah, I was going to say the Sutherlands. Yeah.
But he still kind of has its own place. You know, you're not going to take a Sutherland or a Ross into battle in the same way with a Sovereign. So it's very apt.
Fat Produce puts in $5.
Thank you.
They named all of the classes after the ships we saw in of their previous classes in the show. Reliant class, Sutherland class, etc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't got anything against that. You know, it makes them clear to see. You know, just like Star Trek Online, you know, makes an Intrepid the Janeway class or something for the future ships. So that's, yeah, I'm fine with that. It's okay.
131 likes, 235 people here. That's awesome, guys. Good number. So hit that subscribe button if you're not already, and please hit that like button. Let's try to get up to 180 right now. 180 likes. I think we can do it. And go vote on the poll if you haven't. We have 170 votes on there currently, but with 242 people here, I'd like to get over 200 at least. So
and this battle as well, or this potential battle, was also a really good way of. I mean, it was clearly an apology for season 1 of Picard. Clearly, the way it was framed, but I think it said like 34 ships appeared, not 130. And it felt more impactful to have just that many. That felt like a huge fleet, but a realistic fleet. So they pulled out all the stops. It went past the illogic of just why have they got 500 ships? They shouldn't. There was a nice groundness to this, because if 8 Sovereigns are in the show, ships in class, which does not, there were not 8 Sovereigns at the battle from what I could see, although there was more that appeared by then, potentially 8 new Sovereigns. And if you're a fan film person or even an RPG guy, you've now got canon registries. You know, pick your Sovereign to show up. You know, such a classic ship. We only had 3 in previous canon, ones you could maybe say, but there you go. You got a fleet of Sovereigns if you want to have. You know, how cool and great.
And
is
one
that?
of them is the USS Okuda.
Yes.
There's no USS Drexler here though.
No.
Or USS Blass. I mean, there should be. Those guys deserve it. General Grievous, $2. Sutherland from TNG Unification when Data was the captain. Yes.
Oh yeah, we knew which ones. We knew which ones. And Ross, obviously being Admiral Ross, the DS9 Admiral, or just some other military term. But there's five of the Inquiry class, and the Jean-Hay did turn up. What I love about this though is that in the end of Picard, Riker brags the Inquiry is the best, biggest, baddest, most powerful ship ever created, and the Stargazer is a newer ship. We should indeed. The Stargazer is a newer ship, etc. So there's already newer ships, and it was so at the back of that battle. And if you go by registries, a lot of these ships are newer. So it's hopefully not the baddest, most kick-ass ship anymore. But I think that was just bluffing, because even if O thought, no, maybe he won that game of chicken.
Derek Makita throws in $5.
Thank you.
Do you think all 4 nacelled ships now have a Prometheus-type multi-vector mode? That would imply the Stargazer can separate into 2 warp-capable sections. No, I wouldn't assume that. A lot of people have said that it looks like the top part of the Stargazer can separate and become its own ship, and I'm sure it could. I don't think that's necessarily the case, though. But yeah.
Yeah, that was an extremely specialized feature, an extremely specialized situation that would not be applicable in 90% of the things. And if you're going to design ships, Prometheus was designed around that ability. You don't have it as a side thought. Remember also saying this to you, I'm saying to the audience, the Galaxy class of separation, etc. That's for saving the ship and for saving the crew. Last ditch, whatever. So it is what it is. It's a secondary feature, but it's there. Whereas Prometheus is designed around that ability. So no, I wouldn't think for a second. I think they probably had a couple of multi-vector prototypes of different styles, but I would say more for. I think multi-vector would be more interesting for multi-vector science mode where you warp in and you need to scan like 9 different planets and think split into 5 smaller craft, and then you got 5, you know, 5 mini missions in one. That I think would be more useful rather than saying 5 runabouts of limited value. That I would think, although obviously you've got the war of the DS9, so that makes sense to go for tactical first, but you know, that's what I would do anyway.
Yeah. IMEC throws in $10, so thank you. You think the Sovereign and Enterprise are retired then? Probably not. They might be. It's hard to say. Ships last a long time, so.
Yeah, it's impossible to say. It really is. Until we get a sense. I mean, we might see Enterprise now, given all the love here by the end, but and Enterprise, well.
Well, we have 282 people watching, 159 likes. Guys, hit that like button. Let's try to get to 200 likes now. I've upped it from 180 because you guys didn't hit that. Only at 159, so hit that. We are over 200 votes in the poll, which is a good thing. So, but Dave puts in £2. Only thing missing was Defiant class.
Yes.
Star Trek First Contact era. Yeah.
I did notice that. You'd think Defiance would be there in some way. And what do you think? I mean, or is that just more of a you're thinking after the fact?
Didn't even cross my mind.
At first, they would be pretty small compared to the rest of the fleet, so
yes,
we've forgiven to not even notice them. But that would be nice. But the thing is, they already did almost too much in a sense. So let's save more stuff. We know we're going to get a Steamrunner and Nova. Who knows what else we're going to get? Maybe this alternate universe fleet is filled with Defiance because they're like killing battle weapon ships. That would be one of the payoffs. You know, like Admiral Picard. Yes, what class? Defiant. We're seeing 7 Defiant classes. Yup. And what's the French swear word? Mier, isn't that it?
Mier.
Miert.
Yeah, Miert.
Scene.
Darren Wagner, $5.
Thank you.
I assume the OG Stargazer had 4 nacelles because they were old surplus components that needed to be doubled up to match the rest of the fleet. No, when the Constellation, we did a whole video on it. When it was constructed as a long-range explorer. The reason it has 4 nacelles is so they can swap out between them and have longer life for all of them. So they don't need to use all 4 at the same time. They can use 2, they can work in different pairs. And yeah, that's why. Long-range explorer doesn't have to go home to a starbase on a regular base to go further.
Yeah,
so.
The more you can swap out, because they work in pairs, they can work in tries, they can work whatever. The more you can alternate between the nacelles, the longer they last. The more power you can put through them for faster speeds and longer duration, and the less power for higher warp speeds, etc. No, not a surplus at all. Although clearly they built a lot of those nacelles, but you know they found a new, they didn't have to reinvent the wheel. They found a really good wheel, and then they kept it. You know. We'll have to talk about obviously Stargazer in more depth. But do you have any thoughts now you're seeing orthographical views? I have to zoom in, but I'm zooming for the audience because I mean that's very, very clear views.
Yeah. I like the side view. I do like the profile look of it. No real new thoughts. I mean, just it's a nice looking ship. It actually looks like one of the Akira class. Only the Akira class only had 2. So, yeah, I think it looked good. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go do something. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Yes, and I do have. Okay, so I'm trying to find an image. Okay, I think I found an image. So yeah, this is obviously, what do you guys think about all of this? Because I see this side view, and I'm left thinking about this ship, which I have to find an image. And we are going to go through all the pictures in a minute, as well as some bonus ones as well. It's kind of fun to be able to just pick and choose about an entire batch of things here. So when I look at this side view, it's hard to stay away from that. But I see this ship. I see the Europa from Discovery. It's very similar in terms of overall vibe. Also John Eve's creation. Now if we do a flip of this. Then it disappears apparently. There we go. So what do you guys think? How similar does that look? So this being the Discovery era fauna cell flagship-esque thingy. Yes. It's freezing. What's it called? Refresh. And guys, vote in the poll. The poll has changed a bit in its numberings, but we asked, has the first episode of Star Trek Season 2 of Picard totally changed your appreciation mental vibe for Picard? Yes, no, the same, honestly. But how are you guys doing? And it would have been very nice to see the the Intrepid class, the Defiant class. But I mean, with this many ships brought to the fore, I mean, I feel like there's going to be other ships, especially if they can take Star Trek Online meshes. I mean, that opens up literally all of the things. Yeah.
All right, back to super chats.
Keep them coming, guys.
Tom Zeros 48, $5.
Thank you.
I see the Obina class as a design step toward that Excelsior. Also, the Inquiry must be among the most powerful classes, I think. Why do you say that, though? I can see it being made to be like get in, get out quick. Look, its profile. It's very squat, so maybe. Yeah. Jared Shred throws in $2 Canadian, so thank you. Which ship would you each be most excited to see? You mean like in person?
Oh look, above our heads! A Borg cube! I'm very excited!
I don't know what you mean by that.
He means in a fleet shot, Stuart, in a fleet shot.
But we saw them all in a fleet shot. Honestly, we were excited to see the Sovereign because we kept saying we should have seen it all season 1. But I'm a big fan of the Ross and the Sutherland, honestly. I really like the way they look, so I don't know if that answers your question, but there you go.
I mean, my cheeky answer is, my Horizon class. That'd be great.
Ah.
But I think an Intrepid would be lovely to see. But, how they would texture it, how they would utilise that. But I included here a shot of the Europa from Discovery, Stuart, and I just got instant vibes of that is so similar. What do you think they are seeing it?
It is similar, yes. So that's the thing, I think, the Discovery, yes, that's letting over some of these newer ships. But I mean, it's a 4 nacelle ship. There's not so many ways you can structure that, as we've said before. So it is quite similar, but it does look like a precursor to the Sagan class design. So.
And also intriguing, those primary warp grills aren't glowing on this version either. I wonder how late in the game that was, if this chart was made when they're still not on. But yeah, so we didn't see for the audience. Let's show the Excelsior side, which, really cool to have. Yeah. I think my quote from a video we haven't released yet, before we jump in, was boldly and bravely faithful and classic.
Eric Martin throws in $5. So guys, which class or ship would you choose to have your name on?
Ooh. Well, Cockins is a terrible name in general, so... I think in general, Stuart, I don't think that's these specifically.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. Galaxy class, maybe? Or Ross class, whatever.
Yeah, my gut said go Galaxy, because they're such an iconic... They can do so many things, But my name's not good for naming ships, so... I've actively avoided people when they say, can I name a ship after you? I'm like, do you have to? Don't. But super chat, Stuart. Yes, John, all of them probably.
Yep, not a band account, $2. Only good thing about Picard Season 2, Episode 1 is the Stargazer. What? That's the only good thing, eh? Okay, respectfully disagree, because I'm sure many watching also do. Sean O'Sullivan throws in €2. Both Riker's ranked Defiant, less than saying he. Both Rikers ranked Defiant, less than saying he. Okay. I'm confused by that one. Sorry.
Thanks for the super chat.
Don't know if you can figure it out. But yeah, guys, hit that like button. Hit 200 likes. Awesome. 280 people here, though. So let's get to 250. If you're just joining us, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed. And the bell notification icon.
Let's look at our first designated special one. Let's look at the Lunar class. Now, canon live action. There are many of them in the show with many names. And this is the official Star Trek Online model, which was done by Tobias Richter, who did the high-res model, which is Ships of the Line, and he did a Star Trek Online version. And, yeah, live action canon. How do you think the CGI model looks and how it vibes? This is now the official one, Stuart.
I think it looks fantastic. Big fan of the Lunar class design, and we've seen it animated now. We've seen it, live action and in game now. So it's kind of covered the spectrum now, which is nice because not all ships have seen the animated style. So
that's true.
There's something to be said about that.
That's very true. I mean,
yeah, I think. Go ahead. I don't have anything else to say right offhand.
Like I said previously, the beauty of using Star Trek Online models as they are is that really genuinely canon prime loving people made these, not the current production teams of Discovery or Picard or whatever. So these details work and look right and are faithful. So if they use this mesh, then it's exactly as it should be. Maybe low poly than would like it, but it is how it should be. And so, to analyze these, it's just, well, yeah, it's exactly as it should be, as done by Sean, and then, Tobias rebalanced a few things, added a few more details, etc. He kind of finished it, as it were. But it's lovely to see these things, because you would think, knowing how productions are, they would either, disregard the idea of using game models, which we heard they did at the start, but whatever. And then just say, we'll build it. And then they build it, and then miss out details because they don't care. Docking port, it's not a docking port, Windows now. They just abandoned all that stuff that makes it so important. So just to use the original meshes that, if you're in a video game where these are obviously the hardest core Trek fans who are going to be next to these things for days, weeks, months, years, if they're not right, people are going to notice, and it doesn't help anybody. And so it's such a tremendous idea to actually use these, especially for the inquiry we're going to get to. It is they skip so many rungs of problematic rungs, and go straight to a high quality, even maybe not mega hero detail, to accurate detail and canon feeling, and yeah. Yes.
Now my question is, do all these Star Trek Online ships that translate to the live action shows have the little red weapons ports and the little... This one has the little, United Federation of Planets symbol on it that you can change to whatever. So, good question. Corner of the Moon puts in $5, so thank you.
Thank you.
Is the Excelsior II class hot off the press, or was it featured in Star Trek Online? It is hot off the press, as far as I know, anyway.
Yeah, it's brand new for the show.
Played Star Trek Online in a while, so.
No, it's brand new, and I have, people who think they are Trekyards but not Trekyards, in the sense of just average fans who don't do this stuff every single day. Said, oh, it's Nobina, oh, it's Excelsior, oh, it's just Star Trek Online, kit bashing pieces. It's like, no, we know there's a fully original. The joke being obviously it'll appear in Stowe before too long, you'd think, especially if they had 2 years to work on it. But yeah, tremendous. Stuart, pick a ship for us to look at next. Our ship model.
Okay, let's go to... Well, we're just talking about it now. Let's look at the Excelsior II class. Why not?
Which view do you want?
Not that first one.
Top or front?
Don't care. Top.
He wants to be the top,
Sean
guys.
O'Sullivan. Yes, I always do. €2. Riker's called Defiant. Little Shang is a war beast.
When?
Yes.
What?
Just saying yes.
Because only one episode of the 2 Rikers. I don't know if they told. Hey, afterwards episode again. Eric, if the Akira rolls upside down, is it an X class? Maybe.
No. Thomas Pohl puts in $5, so thank you so much. There is a discrepancy in the Excelsior II class. The side view showed forward swept the cell, whereas the top view shows swept black pylons. No, okay, it's a three-dimensional thing. If you're looking at it from the top, the things sweep backwards, and then if you flip it to the side, they go back and then forward. As soon as they hit that 90-degree angle, they sweep forward. It's not a discrepancy at all. You got to think in 3D. But yeah, I'm really digging the new Excelsior. Not a big fan of the saucer shape from the top. It's too oval. Wish there was a little bit of variation near the back or something. But the nacelles are really, really nicely done. And that profile, again, is so nice. Such a pointy-looking ship. First contact record says a little, tough little ship, he says, yes. That's not
2 Rikers, that's 1 Riker.
Zing War Beast. It's not a Zing War Beast, yeah.
Anyway, yes, no, this is a great looking ship. It was certainly easier for them to model. It seems, considering other concepts, this seems very simple, which factors in more into the Excelsior style. You know, that era is not defined by lots of greebling on the saucer, but in separate zones. And you can see that the person asked, what are the transporter emitters? You can see the transporter emitters on either side of the bridge dome with the spotlights on. Weirdly, have the spotlights. Those are transporter emitters. Huzzah.
Yep.
It'd be a fun, almost just as a singular show idea, to grab all the nacelles from the Star Trek Online ships and then have someone build the nacelles for this ship in the Stargazer and do a whole video on just the new 25th century nacelle designs, because they've invented now so many different nacelle variants. You know, this is a whole new broad spectrum of all. They're all different shit. You know, design has evolved, because it would be very easy for them to have the Stargazer nacelles on this ship, but no, they got whole new ones. I like.
I'm glad they do. Like, varied nacelles are nice.
It's just
Sean O'Sullivan, €2. 2 Rikers referred to define as tough little ships. Yes. Thomas Riker, when he was on Deep Space Nine, said it, and then Riker said it in First Contact.
Now it makes more sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. SPS Guru 2000, €5. I like that even the Excelsior II looks STO inspired. Yes, I'm pretty sure it'll be shown in-game very soon.
Well, you said that with a paint scheme, but it does make sense.
Yeah.
Now they've canonized 3 different stow ships, or 4 different new designs. Yeah, 4 different designs in the Inquiry. That makes their art design 100% canon, which means you can now pull from those specific 4 ships into other ship designs if you want to, and that's now, you know, a big chunk of the aesthetic, considering we've only seen 6 new ships in this era, 4 of which are from Stowe. That makes them a huge percentage of the art style of this era, of the new style, and the Inquiry is of its own radical thing anyway.
By the way, 322 people here, amazing. Hit that subscribe button if you're not, if you're the first time joining us, and make sure you hit the like button. We've got 243 likes. Want to get to 280 at least. So if you're new here, just click that like button. And don't forget the poll as well. Well, we have 317 votes on it, so
that's why I'm stopped it.
Just
Okay. I asked how has the first episode of season 2 of Picard totally changed your appreciation and mental vibe for the whole of Picard show? 75% yes, 15% same, and 9% no, still interested. So 75% it won you over with 1 episode. Hella impressive.
And Dave asked, "Are the Excelsior nacelles similar to the Prodigy?" No, not at all.
No.
Alex Thompson, £5.
Thank you.
Interesting that most of the Sovereign class ships are the original First Contact instruction shape, except the Valkyrie, which is a Nemesis refit.
We'll get into that. That's some thoughts I had.
We would. Trekyard, 2 pounds. Cocking sounds like a gunslinger. Pew pew.
Yes. But I'll ask a very, very difficult poll now, so go read it out straight when you see it. This might be controversial.
All right. Which ship design do you like more, the new Stargazer or the new Excelsior II? Dun dun dun. Pick your favorite child, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Martin, $5. What is that thing between the nacelles the struts are on the tube? It's the same thing as the regular Excelsior. It's got like a bubble attachment where the struts go in on top of the secondary hull. This is just a different shape. What it is specifically, not 100% sure, honestly. We need to do some research on that, but yeah. Don't know. It's the cooling tanks for the plasma that I don't know. Who cares? Jordan Reed, £1.79. This is my second favorite Excelsior variant. Oh, so the Obina class is your favorite?
Or the Enterprise B?
The Enterprise B. I'm getting there. Yeah. Yeah, I know you guys love both, Donnie.
Ugh. We're not asking both option.
Oh, Donnie. Yeah.
But it's a 51%, and go vote for it.
Yeah, how many people have... 115 votes already, wow. 339 people here. Guys, hit that like button. We're only at 274. I don't know why people are watching and not hitting that like button. Hit the like button.
But Warpig
I
says...
forget who asked earlier, but...
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Warpig?
Warpig says, is the new Stargazer now the same class as Lorca's ship from Discovery? No.
No, that was the brand. No, somebody was saying earlier about the struts. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry, the struts are fine on this. They look like they sweep back from the top and they go forward when they hit that 90 degree. They just ship. It's a cool look, actually. Very appreciated. I think it makes it look a little bit more aggressive than the regular Excelsior. So
I'm super happy to see the square class and nacelle pylons. You don't need, Enterprise, Discovery Prize, sweep back with... Oh my god, no slicing the nacelle pylons. John Eves was stopped from doing that. It was probably one of his designs.
Yeah. TXR Way, £10. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Season 2, Episode 1 was much better than Season 1. Stargazer looks like it has bridge windows from above. Do you think Picard is Disco versus original timeline? Did I spot a Disco ship or two in the fleet? Ugh. You did not spot a Disco fleet. You might be thinking the Gagarin, but that's based on the Walker class? No.
Huh?
What's the class?
Which one, sorry?
The Gagarin is based
Oh,
that's
Lorca's.
Walker class is Shenzhou, I think.
That's Lorca's craft. But it's a 25th century version of that. Just they also improved a lot of the proportions as well.
It's not Lorca's ship, though.
Yeah, it has 2 nacelles. The Bran? It was originally with Bran in Eaglemoss and they changed it. No, it's not. I'm wrong.
But there's a ship.
No, the Bran's 4 nacelle. It's the.
There's a ship. There's a Gagarin in Discovery that's a certain class of ship. I can't remember what the class is.
Yeah, no.
It's in an episode. It gets destroyed.
You can remember now.
Oh, Shepard class. Thank you. Thank you, guys. See, you guys are good.
They're not very memorable, so it's kind of hard.
Jay Dami throws in £5. Thank you. Wait, does the Excelsior II have 4 impulse engines? Just notice the small Enterprise B style ones on the side of the main impulse.
Oh. Yeah, might do.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
Well, you say that, but the top orthos certainly hasn't got that.
It does. It just lines up with the secondary hull. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
And neither does the side author, yeah. So, because you've got to remember that this, I would strongly assume this view, this 3/4, is a John Eves sketch. Same with especially with the Stargazers, whereas the top and side is probably a render of the model, because he wouldn't need to do that for this. So I think he put in the B detail to link in with that. I think they undid that for the final model, because it's not there, but it's a great pick. But yeah, and some of these things are a bit different to the concept models anyway. As we go, we can talk to the other view as well. I really appreciate they did do just a the Excelsior view. That's them being very knowledgeable. And if you notice, I don't know if it was truly intentional, but they've kept this blue hue on the ship, which is what you think of the ship having, because in the movie it's lighting, yeah. It's extra blue, even though you cut other ships and they're all clear, the standard grey. You go from the top view of the Excelsior to the Stargazer. It's like one's solid grey as it should be, one's blue. Well, it's not actually blue. It's just that they're being clever. It's a fun reference. I'm all for that. I live for that. It's good.
Yep, absolutely. Oliver Lavery Farag.
Good to see you.
£10, so thank you. The nacelles on the Excelsior II remind me of Chris Madden's dedication class, which I like.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Good shout. That was a weird one. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You've got to imagine that some of these designs have been inspired vaguely by fans over the years. They've seen things, they put them in, but also only so many shapes. It's kind of the fact that that's another new nacelle type is impressive in its own way. Good for them. And yeah, Eagle Moss certainly has a lot of work to do.
Although work cut out for them.
I don't know if they've already released a Gagarin for the Star Trek Online line, and given it's the exact same model, I would be surprised if they would re-release a new larger Gagarin model just to have it be, It seems an odd thing to do. I mean, hey, money. But yeah.
Area 51 throws in $5, so thank you. The oval saucer will take some getting used to for me, but I'm happy to captain one. Or I'd be happy to captain one. Yeah. It's the one thing that kind of stands out to me that I don't like about the top view of it. I do prefer the classic round of the Excelsior, but I don't know, man. Everything else about it is just better, in my opinion. Small thing to get used to. Most of the shots are going to be 3/4 views anyway. You won't even notice it's oval, really. Matt Boardman, $30. Matt, man, thank you. As promised, $30 super chat for 300 likes. Love all the ships, and we're getting and so grateful for Dave for sharing all the fun goodies that make many of us Trek fans so excited about the show. Feels like being a kid again. Amen. Yes, 303 likes. That's awesome. 351 people here right now. Please hit that like button if you haven't. Don't forget to vote on the poll. We have 195 votes currently. I'd like to get over 200 at least with 300 people here. So go look at the poll and vote. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed, notified. Check that join button as well. We got 2 new members joining this live so far. So if you can bolster that number, that would be awesome. I'd like to get to 5 new members maybe. There you go. Let's new member goal of 5. 3 more people. Just click the join button and see there's different options, and it's like a monthly thing. So like $5 a month makes a big deal to us and the algorithm. So if you're able to do so, please consider taking a look at least.
I mean, you guys know how much work we put into these, how much discussion. The only place does these sorts of videos on the internet, and we've done a ton of videos on this, as we'll continue to do. 10 episodes of Picard, you're looking at at least 70 videos, right? And you guys do come through and super chat in these lives and help, but 70 free videos, it does, make a big difference. Any 5, which minimum amount of the channel membership is amazing, and we certainly use that money to do more cool things and support us to, etc., etc. Yeah. Oh, well done. Hey,
Tom Zeros 48 says it feels like Christmas. I received 2 Eagle Moss 1 hour ago and a Trekyards live after. Well, there you go.
Beautiful.
It's ships from heaven.
And Project
General Grievous.
Shiva. Yes, that'll be in a separate video. This is a big, broad discussion. We'll do that at some point as well, because I'll have to do comparison renders with everything, and that takes time.
Yeah, we're gonna compare. We're gonna do a whole Excelsior versus Excelsior II comparison.
Who wins?
Neobina as well.
It's a new one. Yeah.
General Grievous $2. I wish you could see dis ships without a supernova. I think you mean Discovery ships.
Or he means this ship without the Praxis.
Is what you're saying.
Or this without Praxis. Because I see Praxis right. I'm also noting no phaser strips on the bottom of the saucer. There are on the top, but it's it's not got its proper armament level. Or phasable turrets. I mean, this is again a concept. This is Johnny's drawing. So I'm assuming the full version has full detailing because they're being good at that right now. But I just note because I was thinking no torpedo launchers per se, but whichever. But let's swap over.
Dave.
Oh, yes.
Dave throws in £2.
Thank you.
Are either of you going on the Star Trek cruise next year? I mean, I'd like to go on one of the cruises one time, but I don't know if cruise is really my thing. Don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
It looks fun for those that love cruises, but I don't know if I love cruises or not. Yeah, weird environment. Plus, they're not releasing new Trek because we wouldn't be able to get good Wi-Fi to do live videos from a cruise. And I don't know, being closed. Not that we travelled much outside the hotel, the travel place in Vegas, but at least we were able to.
Bajorn 0000. Why are there so many different ships though? Because it's a very diversified fleet. They've got older ships, they got newer ships. Why was the fleet in season 1 of Picard like 50 of the same fucking ship?
No, more like 100.
Made no sense. At least this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to be nice.
Nope.
At least this makes sense.
Yep.
So.
And it was actually a very varied but logical fleet as well. Those were all tactically able ships, so they sent the best of the best that were in range. The Starfleet isn't about any one thing. It isn't about peacekeeping specifically. It isn't about science specifically. It isn't about research specifically. It's a hodgepodge, and they've designed things over hundreds of years, and then they evolve those concepts into new classes, and so you get all these different things, which is fantastic. And it was great they would send such a large fleet in such a short amount of time, although clearly not that far from space. So here is the first Sovereign we're going to look at. This is the... How do you pronounce that?
The Pachuti
class?
Pachacuti? Don't know.
So this is the Star Trek Online model, which is confusing to me because they would have access to the Enterprise E from Nemesis or the Digital Muse Foundation, Digital Muse E model as well. So it's kind of fun to be using the game asset. I know Donnie spent a lot of time remastering it properly. So this is sort of the limitations of their render engine as far as it can go. Like, I look at this ship, I don't know about you, Stuart, but I can see the saucer, the rim. You can see all those like harsh lines of it trying to be smooth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, you can definitely see that.
A smooth line is a lot of polygons, and once you have a smooth line, you then have a smooth line up the saucer rim as well, so it's a limitation. But to me, this one feels its gameness far more than the other ones.
Yeah.
Because I know what it should look like.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
Eric Martin says a Sovereign named after a sneeze, LOL. USS... There you go. That's good. But there are no Oberth in the fleet. Well, Oberths are very small, and... Yeah. I mean, the smallest thing there was the La Serena and then the Reliant. The Reliant class, which I think was the Uhura, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So... Maybe we'll see an Oberth later. Pachuti Inca Yapanquai was the ninth Inca ruler. Okay. Nice. Pachacuti. I don't know. That ship. Ooh, we got... Oh, no, we didn't. I thought we got a new member. Damn it. Luke Celeste, member for 24 months at the rank of captain. Thank you for your service, Captain. Says it's refreshing to see that the hero ship is not the only ship in the sector for a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to know where this anomaly opened up as well. Like, there are a lot of ships there, and you got to assume there's time span of a few hours at least to get all the ships compiled and to get Picard there, but there's no real sense of time. There's no captain's log, unfortunately, to kind of clarify, which would have been nice. But yeah, I don't think it's far from Earth, honestly.
But, well, no, I mean, that zoom out kind of gave us a direct inclination. It's only a few systems parsec sectors away. But I just think the fact that the fleet got there, it still felt at the time passed, even if they hadn't said. I think they did quite a good job at that balance. But no, people saying about the different E's, I do think when we get to I'll swap to the Nemesis version in a minute, they've pretty much stuck with the first contact iteration, which is funny because in STO you can change the surface materials to lots of different things. So they could have had so many different varieties. So, you know, the thing that amazed me most about this is that this is the team that invents canon, right? By definition, on-screen canon. The fact they use a faithful E, they didn't have to reinvent the nacelles. They didn't say, well, this is a 4 version of a Sovereign, 4 nacelle version, or a Genhay nacelle version of a Sovereign, or a black version of Sovereign, or a... It's just a Sovereign. You know? They just use the canon, and it feels 1,000 times more fulfilling because of that. It's just a Sovereign class. Excellent. As if that was a multi-million-dollar hero model, you know, perfected design back in the time. Just let it be part of the fleet. And you're definitely not going to be decommissioning Sovereigns for a long time. Those things are going to be working. If the Excelsiors are still in service, the Sovereigns are still, you know, not necessarily heads of the fleet, but they're pretty.
Yeah. Totally agree with that. Will Serby puts in £5. What are your thoughts on hoping that we'll get to see an Odyssey class at some point? I'm not a big fan of the Odyssey class, I gotta say. I mean, I can see it being kind of the end of season 2, maybe, like the Enterprise come in, like just like the end of
or the Verity.
Season 1 of Discovery.
I mean,
yeah.
More since the Verity.
Yeah, to see something like that, maybe.
Well, I definitely
Anything's possible now. That's the thing.
I do definitely think we see a California class. They've presumably got a STO model at some point. But, you know, they haven't released one yet. They've still got
that'd be awesome.
But why wouldn't you have it somewhere just floating around? It's your chance to put in the background.
Yeah.
But the Unite podcast, Stu, if you want to read their comment. Hi, Unite.
The Unite podcast. Not quite in line with this video, but I was told that carpets aren't used due to the fact that the cinematographers want shiny, and it's to do with trends. Well, that's stupid. That latest shot of the hallway, of the corridor, it's a nice looking corridor, but there's way too many reflections. It's way too shiny. It's way too bright. It'd be distracting. No. I would want a carpet. Plus the sound, but just walking would be... I'm not a fan of the no carpet thing. So.
The problem with chasing modern 2021, 2022 trends is that they aren't part of the Star Trek universe. So it's a bit sad to have that fully applied to the Star Trek universe because that's not a thing. Carpets were used from the TOS Enterprise, skipped to in the movies, from Enterprise B to Relativity. So we've seen ships for about, 900 years of Trek history using carpets. It is the canon. So trends is a silly reason, honestly. I mean, if that's the reason, it's understandable, but it looks worse. It's distracting, and doesn't equate to a good working environment. Do you really think modern aircraft carriers, all their floors are reflective metal, which gleams everywhere? I think either dull metal or like plastic, or it's like they're dull.
Yeah, if the floors were matte finished, they'd be a lot better.
Yeah,
I'd have no problem with the floors being matte finished instead of carpeted. But the glossy, even on the bridge especially, it's just like not a fan. Sorry.
Or even if it was matte with lines reflective to kind of add some more detailing, but mostly matte. It's that's a sad thing if it's following a trend, because just like with also trends, just like fashion, that'll go out of fashion, and then we'll look and say, well, that looked dumb. And now that's part of the Trek. Luckily, the Cerritos still has, and the Parliament and the Starbases and Nodex, they also have carpets, so it's still a canon to use carpets as well. And hopefully they'll release one ship with carpet, because it's just, that's the one big thing. That's the one big thing.
Preston M says carpet would be safer to run on too, until it gets like ripped or bubbles up, or you fall and slide and get rug burn. I mean, if you fall and slide with your uniform on, you can slide across this floor maybe. No. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of no carpet thing.
And Cody does say, Enterprise proved you don't need carpet and can have a not shiny floor. Yes, They just have flaw, I guess. Just all I mean, I don't think of the flaw as being anything interesting. It's not. You know. Yeah.
Area 51, $2. The Oberth ship blew up en route. Yes.
Oberth 2. Come on, guys. But let's swap, though, as mentioned, to the Nemesis version, because this is another version of the E here.
And
in fact, I'll just get them all together. Because I need to show the slideshow.
The Trek reviewer says, I do not think there were carpets on the NX. No, there weren't. But that was more like a battleship submarine style hallways and stuff.
That's what we were saying. It's a matte surface. It's a matte, not carpet. Yeah. So you can do it.
Shine.
That's the whole point. Okay, so if I scroll through these sovereigns, right, and there's many sovereigns in this battle, which I'm almost done organising because there's so many. Okay, wow, there's a lot of sovereigns. If I scroll through them, Stuart, you tell me what you notice. I'll linger on them for a second. So look at the lives. You got sovereign. 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 And finally, you got sovereign.
Okay, well, I'm just seeing the first one now. That's
okay.
How the delay is. So.
That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, 51. Yes. Do you know something, Stuart?
Is it the texturing? Because the texturing seems different on, like, it's just different and different lighting as well. I don't know. I can't know. I don't know what you're talking about specifically.
So, if they would, okay, what's happened here is this shot, this shot, this shot, this shot, this shot, this shot, this shot. They're not all renders of the ship. This, I believe, is a John Eves concept picture. This, I believe, is a John Eves concept picture that we've actually seen him sign in person. This, and also this last, the Nemesis one, is his concept picture. Because people ask, why is one Nemesis version? I don't think it is. This is just the concept picture of the E that he painted. That they obviously said, we need shots of the E. John's like, well, I have 3 from the archive, and they need, Stowe has 6 more. So they aren't different, but I'm like, well, I recognise these renders because John's painted them. Maybe like lit them in post, but I don't know if you recognise them now. Now I've said that, like 3 of them are just his paintings.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that as I was going through them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's a render. That's a render. That's a render. That's a render. Sketch, and sketch. I mean, very clever idea because it changes the vibe. But I wouldn't call the Nemesis version canon, the refit version, because these are just sketches, you know.
Yeah.
But clearly, First Contact is the way to go.
Some of them definitely look better than others.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell instantly because look at the Nemesis one. The front of the saucer is beautifully smooth. So is the other two. Like they're crystal clear. Whereas you look at the other ones and they're all, you can see the distinct tessellation of the hull. So small thing, but I understand quite quickly. I mean, clever. These are unnecessary art. I don't even know if they were in house or, you know what I mean. What I don't know why they were done this way. Although in fact, I mean, you can see because I'm doubly right. And I actually didn't even check this. This thing says designed by John Eves, modelled by Ian and Donnie. This shot says designed and illustrated by John Eves. So I was right, anyway. Because they even say illustrated by as well as... So I was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which shows how good John's sketches were in the very late 90s. That he could draw it to look as good as the 3D render, actually better. So yeah, there you go. Bit of cheeky there.
Damn, there's so many sovereigns.
Yep. It's great.
Happy to see them. I mean, how many times during season 1 were we like, it'd be cool to see a sovereign, just, you know, fly by a sovereign. Yeah, maybe that's why they gave us so many, because they're like, everybody wanted sovereigns for season 1.
Well, I mean, I think we said that. Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. And how many times did I say, in fact, that they should just use Stowe models throughout season 1?
Yeah, you did say that a lot.
Many a time.
Luke throws in $10.
Oh,
thank you, Luke. What if by the end of season 3 they make a new ship called the USS Picard, then continuing the show Star Trek Picard? Yeah, there you go. No, I hope after season 3 that it changes to like still keep making stuff, but have it be like instead of Star Trek Picard, that's just 3 seasons, have it be Star Trek Geordi. And follow the adventures of Geordi for like 3 years or something. Like that'd be kind of neat. I don't know.
I mean, that could be incredible, I'll be honest. So it's like, right, Marina, stay young for 15 more years. We'll get to you in season 7 of Star Trek TNG, the recast reunion. It's like,
well, that would be no. I don't want to see. I don't want to see Star Trek Troy.
No, all of them, Stuart. But... all of them. You're getting Star Trek Wesley, Star Trek Gomez, Star Trek Troy, Star Trek Data, Star Trek.
Star Trek Pulaski, the retired years.
Wow, Star Trek engineer guy that was in one episode. Star Trek the engineer asshole that got try and get Geordi out of command. That guy.
Star Trek Barkley.
Star Trek Barkley. Star
Trek Barkley. Every episode's a different holodeck program, a different adventure.
Star Trek Guinan.
Awesome.
Every episode is a different point in history. God, so much fun to be had. Yeah. I guess.
Huh. Katos 1 throws in $10. 1 sovereign class per missed opportunity from season 1. There you go. Maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah. But I know that David Blass said he loves the Sovereign. I mean, it's a great design. It's one of the more cohesive designs, you know. But there you go. There's the things I noticed with the Sovereign. So let's swap tracks to the Akira, the first ship we see, the Avalon, which is such a nice surprise. Early on, oh, bam, Akira. You know, and also we had no idea a fleet was going to appear, so just seeing one in the olden days would be lovely. Boom, you know, new Akira.
But you had a problem with this that you pointed out to me. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, so
it didn't do
almost every shot of the Akiras, the Bassards aren't lit. So somebody in the VFX department forgot to turn the Bassard layer on, which I might do a jokey video on with you about if it comes back, just because. I mean, Bassards are always on, so yeah, just makes me laugh.
Yeah, and the Avalon, I didn't notice it because it got hit by the anomaly thing pretty quickly. But yeah, when you watch it again, it's like doing its thing, and then the thing opens and then it gets hit. So they should up by all rights be on.
Because its warp grills stay online the entire time, so it's not as if it's disabled. No, it's fine. I mean,
and Dan Ben says, "Are these pictures?" Dan Ben says, "Are these pictures official?" Yes, they're released by Dave Blass on his Twitter account.
Yep, all apparently the in-house things to kind of keep the fleet in check. And this is a Star Trek Online render, you can tell. So it says Thomas Moroni's rebuild, which I was following. I asked if he needed help on it, in fact, because I have all the reference. And he had to make the I think no, he did ask me actually about the front bit. Should it be, what is it? Should it be a shuttle bay or X or Y or Z? And I said, well, it's a shuttle bay, etc.
Yeah.
But it's a weird one, the Akira, because it was so. I mean, those designs are all sort of unfinished in the movie, so you have a little bit of license to kind of add, a little bit, and kind of fine tune. But I know it looks nice. It's a good model. I mean, I can see the limitations of the polygons and the texturing a little bit, but again, it's a game asset, so it doesn't quite pop as much as I'd like. That's because I know quite well.
Yes, you can kind of see that a little bit. Somebody asked here, where is it? I still say the Ross. Oh, it is named after the Admiral Ross from DS9.
I mean, who's to say? Probably. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, and then Great Nemesis asks, does the Ross class have a warp core in the saucer? That's the rumor that I've heard, but I don't know. I have no official word on that.
I mean, Thomas Moroni did do a lot of information on some of these ships for Eagles magazines, so, but that stuff isn't necessarily canon because it all then ties into Star Trek Online lore, which then is not necessarily. There's certainly a maybe not sort of mentality. We don't know until we see it on screen. It's not canon. You know, we don't know anything about the ships until on screen. Even arguably, the registries aren't canon because we didn't see them on screen. Arguably, this is just the intended registries. But I'm going to stop the poll though because 324 votes. I asked the question: which side do you like most? The Stargazer or the Excelsior? And I am really impressed and surprised and delighted. Read out the results, Stuart, and what do you think?
New Stargazer 59%, New Excelsior, 41%.
It's pretty close.
Stargazer wins.
Pretty close, though.
I'm also happy to report we have 411 viewers and 365 likes. Guys, hit that like button. Let's go for the 400 likes. That would be awesome. And don't forget, if you want to join the channel, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell icon. We do a lot of lives like this. We discuss this stuff with you guys. And, you know, we have a lot of breakdown videos that are more bite-sized, like 10, 15, 20 minutes, so that you guys can enjoy. So you don't want to miss those. So click the notification bell icon and make sure you're subscribed. But thank you so much to everybody watching. But yes, hit the like button. I want to see a like spike. Ooh, hashtag like spike. We haven't done a hashtag like spike in a while. Hashtag like spike. We're at 381 now, so we only need like 19 more to get. Oh, now we're 391. Jumped right away. See? Hashtag like spike works. Oh my god, I can't speak. Guardian 1326. Oh, hold on. Yes, Guardian 1326. $5. Star Trek Starfleet Court of Engineers after the book series. Book series was good. I mean, I only read the first book, but I do have some of the other ones. I need to get to them. But yeah. The creator must join with V'ger. Throws in £1 with no comment, but thank you. Great name.
I mean, very real thing.
I'm seeing 409 likes already. Yes, it's up to 409. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Much appreciated. If you're just joining us and you haven't yet, okay, we're at 410 now. Let's try to get to 420. 420, another 10 likes. 415 people here. We should be able to get at least 415, but people come and go all the time, and new people coming in who, you know, haven't hit like. So please hit that like button. Let's try to get up to 420 at least. But yeah, lots of good ships to look at for sure, and we're going to get into them with breakdown videos as well, I'm sure. I am Misi, throws in $20, 400 watching, and likes hype. Yeah.
So what else do we have? We also have this new Sutherland. Let's find the best Sutherland shot, because that's another stove.
Thomas Hill says so. Why is there no Prometheus class or Intrepid class? Prometheus class was a specialist ship. It was a experimental one as well. I'm not sure if it went into production per se and how many. And Intrepid, I don't know. It would have been nice to see one Intrepid in the fleet as well, I think. But oh well.
The reason is because they picked these ships. I mean that's it.
That's a good reason.
You know, because it would also seem a bit odd to have only one of each ship class. You know, it would be a bit fan service. There's a difference between fan service and it's just a fleet of ships having to be around. If they had one of each class ship we love, it's like, wow, they have to pick every single class known to Federation kind, you know? Intrepids are long-range explorers. They're out doing exploring. And Prometheus is long-range tactical vessels, out long-range tacticaling. So, you know, whereas all these ships, I guess, are more, you know, medium profile. But here's the Sutherland, Stuart, the brand new Nebula variant, which was designed and modelled by Thomas Moroney. Very large ship, very faithful, and yet the Star Trek Online aesthetic brought to bear. And now fully canon. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
And the first of its name craft is quite nice.
Yeah, this ship is one of those ones that looks funky from certain angles. This is a funky angle for me. I like the side view, I like the bottom view of these ships, but the top is not my favorite. But yeah, it's just basically a new take on the Nebula class. And I do like the class name Sutherland. I think that's good. But yeah, I'm happy to see it. This is one that I think could use a bit of a different saucer shape. Wish it was more like the new Excelsior, honestly. And there you can also see those transporter emitters in front of the registry, and there's some more at the back of the saucer as well. So Matt Boardman, wow, throws in $40. Just celebrating over 400 likes. Well, thank you, Matt. Wow.
Damn.
Dude, you get paid today, or what's the deal?
It feels like it,
Usually...
yeah. But obviously, he's been here long enough. 400 likes is a tremendous accomplishment for us. People that joined in.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. And, it's fantastic because this channel is all about the ships. So to have this many hundreds of people join us for a ship-dedicated discussion on this much is phenomenal. I really hope you stay with us and watch the Picard lives, because those reviews are so much fun. We're finding, we really, really hope, because we love this chat. This group chat, this live chat. We read it, we think about it, adds so much extra zazz to it. But Stuart, I made a new poll. What did I say? What did I ask?
Wish ship. I think it should probably be which. Which ship did you wish we could have seen the most that was not there? Prometheus, Defiant, Intrepid, or Norway? Good poll. We have 77 votes and 393 people here. So please go vote on the poll. We want to get over 200 votes if possible on that. So let us know which class of those ships you'd like to have seen in this fleet, or maybe later in the season as well, because I'm sure we might see more ships near the end. We still have season 3 to go through as well, which apparently is more ship focused. So,
and also we have this entire fleet now built and ready to go. So, season 3. Just imagine if the entire fleet returns and more. Oh man,
Mm-hmm. And we can only put 4 choices in for the poll, guys. That's why the Saber and all that other stuff isn't there. These are just ones that
I
you guys already talked about: the Prometheus, the Defiant, the Intrepid. Yeah, so.
Yes, Fab
440 likes.
All official from the lead production designer of Picard. And it is worth.
Let's get to 450.
And it's funny, so we can do a whole nother live about all of the interior. Because today released David Blass, who continues to give massively, released very, very high resolution, very, very clear, very, very internal reference pictures of, I'm assuming, most of the Stargazer sets, or at least all the ones we've seen so far, be it from the conference room to the bridge, the turbolift to the corridor. You know what it looks like now. Very, very clear. And that'll be a whole discussion as well. And I was going to, I wrote, I prepped, I got graphics for a corridor video, Stuart, with the best shot I could find. Yeah, it's in the folders. Yeah.
And then we got a new shot.
And then we got 3. It's totally different. So glad we didn't film that yet. But it's funny because our bridge video came out today, a big one. And then the most clear view of the entire bridge comes out, which would have been the image we stay on. But whatever. We do our bit, and then stuff gets released. We had no idea, etc. Yeah. But yeah, vote in the poll, guys. We really want to know. But yeah, my thoughts on Sutherland. I like it. It's not reinvented the wheel, and yet it's all different. I most like the black paint scheme of Stowe. I appreciate it's not just another...
Is it black or a dark blue? It looks like a dark blue, kind of.
It's so close to black it could be either, but it's, almost black. You know what I mean? It's just a sovereign black, at the back. But you're right, it's slightly toned. But I appreciate it's not just a classic nebula, because those are, galaxy derivatives. So yeah, I all praise for including it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a bigger fan of the Ross class, honestly, but I do like the Sutherland class. I like the secondary hull shapes on this one, in particular. So.
But speaking of the Ross class, then look at that one next. It's the new Galaxy variant.
Yes.
What do you guys think? Put in the chat right now. Do you like, dislike, meh, this new Galaxy variant? So obviously the Galaxy shape is an iconic shape. So any new version of it will be... You'll have thoughts. So put in the chat.
Mm-hmm. But Dave throws in £2. Can Picard possibly live up to episode 1, season 1 flashbacks? Well, the rumor is, we've heard that, it's a good story for season 2 and 3. So I'm thinking yes. That's what I'm going to say. I am Misi throws in $5. Would love to see a Parliament class.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I'd love to see all kinds of ships, man. Oh, Kit 10K shows up and throws in $50. Thank you so much, Kit. Hey guys, just woke up. Obviously, I missed a bit. But better late than never. And over 400 likes. Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Let's keep those likes coming. Let's go for 500 likes. It's 450 is the next goal. We have five away from that. So, but thank you. Good to see you, Kit. You did miss a very good one. I would suggest going back and rewatching it.
But
from
stay
the
live
beginning.
with us, and then go back.
Yes.
More fun live.
Yes.
Yes, Valdocs. There's Twitter on David's Twitter, or Dave Blass on Twitter. Everything's freely available. Everything's coming out. Yeah. So this one for me is, I do like it a lot. Although I think the hull plating is the thing that sets me off the most. If the deflector was the same color vibe as the D, and the paint scheme was a bit less contrasty, I would like it more. But I really like the shapes. It's so the same, it's so different. I think that summarizes a nice, you know, it feels like Galaxy C. You know, a third variant where it's kind of like, well, this thing might be faster in certain warp styles, and so we made that, etc.
Yeah, I mean, this one, I've talked about the saucer shape on the Excelsior II and the Sutherland now. This one's got a round saucer, which, again, I wish it was more in line with the Galaxy class. I wish it had more of that feel to it. But not going to complain too much. I love the changes to the secondary hull on this one. It's a nice feeling ship. The struts are a little curvy for me. I'm not really a fan of how they kind of sweep back instead of. But
yeah, and
I do like the Ross class.
And that side view, it's like one long shape as a whole different vibe. Huh. God, it's so strange. But it's definitely, it feels like a truly designed ship. As in, Thomas thought on this. It feels like nothing's an accident. Everything's very intentional. Everything's really there and present.
So are those really bright lights underneath the registry? Or
yeah, I just saw that.
A secondary deflector or something?
And that's where the pinch of salt of this being a stow render is. Who's to say? I did, I believe, find a render of it from the show that was visible. Let me have a... I don't know if I can actually... Not necessarily not share it, but I don't know if it's interesting enough to share. Let me see if I can find it. Because I did change a few things.
Well, the other one, the Ross class, the USS Yi Sun Sin, has more of the back, and it's got a very, very bulky back part on the saucer.
Right, we've changed the pictures.
Let's
see. What is that? It was called?
Sturdy neck. The Sun Sin. The Yi Sun Sin.
Yi Sun Sin. Okay.
Joshua Dworkin throws in $20. So thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry to backtrack, but is the Excelsior II class intended to be the 2350s era design, given the mid 40K's registry number, which would place it earlier than both the Akira and the Nebula class. We actually filmed a video on that. We're talking about that, and it should be out soon.
Probably Saturday, if nothing cooler comes out.
Yeah, and we're thinking it's probably an older design that's, you know, stood the test of time, been refitted a few times, much like all the Excelsiors we see in TNG. So yeah, it feels like it's an older one. That would be my thought, but
yeah, that's a tricky one because registries are not gospel, mostly through mistakes from the team, which kind of skew it. There is obviously a vague rule of the higher equals the higher, but then starting at 2,000, ending at 76,000 for Voyager or 79, like there's a weird gap there of, well, something screwed up, right? I mean, I don't know that the fleet expanded, but didn't expand that to that degree, so they obviously changed it as they went. But given the detail orientation of designing and having to work out this many ships, and if just one of the two Excelsior variants were named with a 4, you think, oh, it would be a typo, right? Simple typo, which is easy to do, you know? I do typos all the time. But for both to be in the 4 range, and everything else to be in the 7, 8, or 9 range, tells you it's intentional and tells you there's a story there. Now, I did see John Eves post about this, because he's very timid unless things are posted publicly by other people. Luckily, that's what's happening. He said the registries were not up to him, and his design was intended to be contemporary. So who knows? I would be content personally to say that saucer is Enterprise C era saucer. Just a modernized Excelsior, another, just like the Enterprise refit is not, when they scratch build, they're not the Enterprise original, they're the refit, but scratch built. when the Excelsior refits were getting a bit long in the tooth, they said, let's design a new Excelsior from today. Here it comes. And these are new nacelles from about, say, 12 years ago where they refitted. Or even for Raffi's refit, she's now captain, or she's commander of the Excelsior. Maybe they came in the last sort of 2 or 3 years, and she's utilising that. So I'm happy with it being an older design with those refits. Now with CG, it's a lot easier to make changes to the nacelles, which are the most logical first thing you update. And like I said, the computer core or something that simple. In the olden days, all they could do is make like the outer ring glow. Now it's a refit nacelle. No, just made an area glow. Was really the nacelles are the thing that you would change to improve as you go. So yeah, I'm confused, but I'm happy for it to be an Enterprise C era. But I do need to know that to be able to work out design aesthetics and how things flow. It's very important. I'll need to know that.
Yeah. I am Misi throws in $10.
Thank you.
Those are the cetacean ops windows on the Ross. Is that a fact? I don't think so. Matt Boardman says Thomas did a video on the Ross class. The light bars on the top and bottom of the saucer are intended to be very large common or commerce areas.
Oh wow.
Okay. Like a mall.
No,
I'd buy that.
And we were on that back view though, because we hadn't moved off it yet. Let me just find that picture again.
Kit 10K, $10. With the Ross class, I'm not too big on the shape of the deflector dish, but I don't have too much of a problem with it.
Fair? Oh, fair.
Yeah. But the thing is, you're not going to please everybody all the time. Somebody said that the Ross highlights everything wrong with the shapes of the Galaxy class.
Wow.
In the chat here, I can't find the comment now, but
gosh,
a lot of people don't like the Galaxy class. Oh, there it is. Foulnecks. The Ross is horrid. It highlights everything that was horrible about the Galaxy.
I mean, honestly, as long as they can please Trekyards, and we can be the lightning rod for design opinion, then I'm okay. Because you can't please everyone,
It's true.
But I zoomed on this back bit, and I really like the impulse units here. Obviously, very Excelsior and Excelsior refit and Sovereign, but reincorporating that. And I guess a massive hangar door at the back. A really, really big one. That's cool. I buy it. I dig it. Yeah, this one.
I like the bulkiness of it.
Yeah, because it's sleek, bulky, And this I want to see in motion. See how it compares to a Galaxy,
yes.
etc.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Uhura, also known as the Reliant.
Ooh, the Reliant.
And named after Uhura. There's also a Sulu one as well. And this is, super Reliant-y. What do you think?
I'm just gotta find the picture. Hold on.
You guys keep voting the poll. I really want to know who wins on this. And Danny, yes, John did John didn't design anything exclusively for this show. Everything is a collaboration. And in fact, the bridge and the turbolifts, every single part of the design aesthetic has been an evolutionary team process. There's no one person like John for Discovery where he did all the ships. No, design collaboration, which clearly has yielded good results. Not often by committee, things are often good, but when you've got people to look over, like with George Lucas and Star Wars, he needed a team to sort of say that's a bad idea occasionally.
Yeah. Okay, so the Reliance, the Uhura here, I like it, but when I first saw it, I thought it was Mirror Universe because of where the Delta is with the banner. It looks like a sword on the top of the
I see that
in front of the Registry. I'm not the biggest fan of this, honestly. I don't like the nacelles, the roll bar being not extending out past the hull. I don't like. I'm just not the biggest fan of this. From the top, from the orthos view, the top view, I like it. And I also like the side view. I love the side view. But something about that 3/4 is just not doing it for me.
Interesting. Yeah, I have very few complaints about it. It
has a deflector, which is an improvement over the Reliant.
Yeah. Good shout there, Stuart. Good shout. No, I like this. It's It's very small. We look at the scale chart. It's a very small craft in the scale, and in fact, it even feels smaller than the Reliant. That saucer rim is this. You know, and the phaser strips but I like it. It's taking that Reliant aesthetic, which is still reasonably chunky, putting it in a very small form factor. It's a very classic styling. Keeping both super faithful yet super not. Deflector's fantastic, love that. Phaser strip is very visible. Very, very big RCS thrusters. Oh my god. Proportionally, it's ginormous compared to the ship. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like it. It feels like a very safe, smooth, gentle Reliant. You know, like a very natural. We need to make 6th gen Reliant. Draw something up, team. Great. You've ticked all the boxes. Let's pump her out. We've got a ship. But it's nice. You know, it's a good checkbox ship. You know.
And everybody in the drafting room or at the space dock is like, we got a new ship. You got a new ship. That's a Trekyards joke. You guys might not know if you're new here.
I said it once, and then a TV station made it a thing. Not even me, a Canadian TV station made it a thing for me.
Inner space. We have 399 people watching and 481 likes, guys. Let's try to get to 500 likes.
Yes.
500 likes would be an amazing number to get to. So 19 more likes. Hit that like button if you haven't. Please help us get towards that.
Yes.
We got a bunch of super chats. We'll get to those.
Please do.
Justin Murphy throws in $17.01. Clever boy. I'm not going to complain after that Blass fleet last season. We still have to talk about the Zhenhe in this fleet, by the way.
Yep,
I love the Stargazer introduction visually and verbally, by the way. LOL. Cool. A Saucy Puppet Show throws in $5. The Lakota, the most recent Excelsior refit we saw, was a 4200 registry, so Sam's logic makes sense. Well, I mean, there's a first time for everything, so congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kit 10K throws in $50. Oh my god, Kit. We broke over 450. Now let's go for 500.
We hit 500.
We just hit 500.
And 400
just
viewers.
Hit 500. Oh my god.
Phenomenal.
That's awesome.
See? People like ships. You know what I mean? Like, we made this show because we knew there were people like us and like all of you. And we've spent 7 years thinking, designing, developing, talking, analyzing, interviewing about ships and tech. And when a bloody showrunner, production designer says, you know what, we like ships too, look at the interest. You know, less than 120 people care about the Discovery review. 406 people have jumped in to look at ship designs. That tells you something. So
probably more because people come in and then leave,
so
and more
true.
People come in. So
can we get in the chat? I think there's an icon. Either put clap or clap in the chat now for the ships of Picard. Because seriously, put clap. Like, celebrate the showrunners for a second and what they do. You know, we love ships.
Even do a golf clap.
Type clap. Spam with clap, guys. Give us the clap.
SVS, yeah. Everybody applause. Everybody applause. I'll hold up an applause sign, maybe. SVS Guru, 2,005 euros.
Thank you.
Not a fan of the Ross. Ooh. Neck's too long, nacelles too low, and the secondary hull is too fat. There's no fat shaming here on Trekyards. Ships or otherwise. So.
Although we'll all comment on different proportions.
Just kidding.
But, you know, they're all their own thing.
Yeah. Good Tea, nice house, throws in $5. Secondary hull of the Ross class is as sleek as a Mercedes. Also, I love the nacelles on the Galaxy class. I believe they are a poor choice on the Ross. Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. That's my reaction to that.
$2. Yeah. Ross class reminds me too much of the USS Aegis. Hey, the USS Aegis in Bridge Crew is a cool ship. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mark Lawrence throws in $5 with a big applause. Look at everybody applauding and thumbs up. Oh, you guys are awesome.
Well, yeah, put clap in the chat. But I want to also one more comment by Kaiman Reed.
Oh, we also got a Gorn clap from Scott Connor. Gorn clap.
Lovely. Is it confirmed that the models used on these images were the exact models rendered for, or in the episodes, or did someone on the team just make these images using stow assets for release on social media? Well, no, it was confirmed they were the original assets pulled from the game. Well, no, they weren't ripped. They were given by the team. That sounds a bit... No, given by the team, then rejiggered, as I would rejigger conversions in their own software and lighting engine to work a bit better, etc. And then use in the show. The exact ones, which is why it's great to say this Thomas' design, because it is Thomas' design. Yeah.
I've got 2 requests. Everybody that's a channel member, and has the ability to put the stickers in. Put your favorite Trekyards sticker in now as a way to congratulate us for over 500 likes. And I want to highlight one or two things here. Stephen Russell said the clap is given, which is hilarious. And Squadra Course doubles down on it with, yay, we got the clap. Never mind. Yeah, you don't want the clap. But, yeah. Let's see. General Grievous, $2. Sam wants us to give them the clap. Oh, my.
That's what I said. Admiral Savol says, do you follow the Stowe YouTube channel? No, actually, I don't really. Cayman Reed, they confirmed that Stowe is now considered canon on last Thursday's stream. Thing is, it can't be considered canon because of all the stories they've done. If they're considered canon, then where every character in Stowe ends up, like Morale Paris, Scotty, all those, they can't tell any stories with the writers because they're now canon. All the Iconian stuff now canon. All the wars have happened now canon. They've done 1 billion stories, including lots of tongue-in-cheek ones. So it can't be canon as a literal... They don't mean the entire game is canon. That is very, very not possible. They mean these ships are now canon in Picard. You know? So no, the game is not going to be canon. They can now pull things from it if they want to, but it's too broad. A bit of an internal reference, but I can never make Vance Major's films canon with Trek shorts because he has so much of his own unique canon that is just so complicated I can't, it's just too much, I try and be very consistent, and that skews. I have no idea what he's done to change things and make do things. So never can be joint canon because it's just too much. It's too complicated,
Yeah, look at all the Trekyards stickers and stuff. I love Mark Lawrence's with the Foley class firing.
And thank you for clapping as well, guys, because it is it's great. Glad for that.
And Justin Murphy throws in $5. The ship is always the star. This is where Discovery ultimately falls flat with me. Just saying, falls first. Yeah, I agree. The ship is my favorite character in almost all Trek, especially TOS. So.
Yes, and Danny says, yes, if Stowe's canon, wouldn't 7 billion in the Borg resistance now? Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ray Ricks throws in £5.
Thank you.
Do you think we will ever see an Odyssey class in Picard, the Enterprise F? Somebody super chatted that not too long ago. It's a possibility. Like they've set a precedent now where anything's possible as far as Star Trek Online ships go, and I'm fine with that. But we don't know. It'd be cool to see, I guess, but it's not needed for me to see the Enterprise, honestly. But with Picard, maybe it is. It would be a nice touchstone, at least. So.
Well, I mean, if Stargazer might be the season 2 story, the Enterprise might be the season 3 story, as in referencing that stuff. Who's to say? I mean, I think it's more likely the Verity. That I think makes more thematic sense at this point, or just another Odyssey class in the fleet. I don't want to be the Enterprise because. Coming to that, I mean, that would be the ultimate respect to Stowe to have them be the official next Enterprise. But then I can imagine them maybe blowing it up in Picard to make the new Enterprise their Enterprise if they're going to do like a Rio spin-off, etc. So, but it is a bit odd to have some guy called Adam Isle be the designer of the 7th Enterprise. It's like all these iconic designers and
maybe they have
that guy. Which, I mean, love Adam, love him to bits, but you know what I mean? It's
Maybe the Stargazer gets destroyed. Rios gets command of the new Enterprise. Picard dies again, but they upload his consciousness into the computer of the Enterprise. So Picard is always the Enterprise. That's his voice going forward. Dun dun dun. Patrick James throws in $70. Thank you so much. Picard, please be what we all hope you can be. Season 3, Episode 1. Damn.
I mean, honestly, Stu, I'm so excited for this week's Picard because it will determine is the show good or not. They've now made a what's that thing you go under it bar. What's that called?
A limbo bar.
Yeah, they've made the limbo bar so low that to create content that good, they have to really be very limbo and good, and the bar is so high, I should say, the opposite analogy, that they have to reach that again. Yeah. Can they've hit lightning? Can lightning hit twice?
Yes. Kit 10K throws in $20.
Thank you.
Over 500 likes now. Boo frickin' yeah. Can we get to 600 now? Let's go for it. Well, we're 528. If you haven't hit like, just hit the like button, please. And make sure you're subscribed, guys. We have 440 people here. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. It's a fun atmosphere here. We have a great community. And if you want to add to it, hit that subscribe button and make sure you click the notification bell icon as well. Also, check the join button because you can join the channel, which is like a monthly way to support us if you don't want to super chat. And we've got 2 new members during this live stream. I set a goal of 5, so it's 3 more. If you want to join at the rank of commander or captain, it's not very much a month, but it makes a big deal to the algorithm, to the channel, and to us. So if you could please do that. I appreciate you guys just taking a look at least.
I don't think he made as big a. Patrick gave $70, which is insane. Just want to, a real big shout out.
I made a big deal of it, and you just stared vacantly at the screens. I didn't know what you were doing.
The chat. I always be in the chat. Patrick, amazing.
SPS Guru 2000, €5. Not sure if I'd want to see STO Iconians on TV. On the one hand, they're hot, but on the other hand, I fear they would be ruined. Okay. Invictus 01, $5. Would have been nice to see the card delivered to the Stargazer.
The
Delta Flight.
Picard delivered to Stargazer.
Picard delivered to the Stargazer in the Delta Flight.
Nah. The new Type 11 long range shot is great. Sorry. Nah. Yeah. Delta Fly is a bit random. I mean, a Delta Fly starship, absolutely. But not there. That was. Hey, that's okay. Thanks for joining in.
Tim McCaffrey, $10. Thank you so much. Could the Inquiry class fleet just have been a holographic illusion or hologram illusion? I like that. I do like that because that's one of the supposed abilities of the Federation class from TOS, the Franz Joseph one, was that it had a holographic projector that could project the essence of another ship essentially coming in. So, or a sensor reading of another ship. So yes, that'd be cool. I like that explanation actually.
Yeah.
There's actually like 3 of them or 5 of them because they just came off the assembly line, and they just projected a bunch more.
And they were so unfinished; they didn't have any other stuff installed.
So Riker had to bluff.
Yes.
This is our biggest, bestest, fastest, most advanced warship ever.
Ignore the lack of weapons because we've got 400 of them will crash into you. I mean, hey, we probably will see Riker again in Picard season 2 or 3, and it'd be an easy retcon, easy. And in fact, that's a great note to then jump into the Inquiry because this is the big deal one, honestly, for me.
Before we do,
okie dokie.
I've got to give a congratulations to Bryce Burchett, who's joined the channel at the rank of Commander.
Ooh,
welcome aboard, Commander.
Thank
you so much. Thank you for clicking that join button, at least checking out the tiers. If you're sitting there listening to us, you're probably bored. So please click that join button and give yourself something to do by looking at the tiers and the options. 2 more. Let's get 2 more before the end of this live stream. Get 5 new members. So thank you, everybody that's joined and everybody that's watching.
And your confidence in us is massively appreciated because that's what this really is. It's a testament to we support you guys, we appreciate you guys. We that's the thing. Like with Discovery and such, we know you guys didn't really watch it very much, but we did it anyway because we believe in the content. We believe in bringing it to you guys. Yeah. So now you guys are really kicking butt supporting. But you knew we were here for you either way, those who are interested. So it's really nice to have everyone jump in and talk about it. And I found a picture of the Inquiry originally, so we can do direct comparison. I know I'll do a video on it as well, but I really want to, pay homage to it.
I would also like to thank everyone that's here just because I have had a bad couple of days, and I was not in a good mood today, and considered saying maybe let's take today off. But I did not do that. And you've really raised my spirits, so I really appreciate that. That's a big deal for me today, so thank you, everybody.
Glad we didn't film then. You must have been happy when I said, let's not film.
Oh, I was. Because, anyway. Kit 10K throws in $10. As for projecting images of ships into space, Voyager did that with the Kazon in Basics Part 1.
Yeah. No, it's a fantastic idea. It needs to be the canon. I mean, And I've joked several times about they should re-show the season finale in Picard season 2, but now totally change the CGI, change the sets, have Riker refilm it, Jonathan, and say, "Oh, this is how it actually happened," and they just like you say, maybe even like the Romulan ships, there's 10 appear and the rest decloak. hologram as a hologram. Turns out there's like 4 ships on each fleet, and it was a, you know, I would be all for that. You know, retcon visuals. You know, maybe Picard was in a delusional stupor, and so what we saw was his dying perspective, which was, I see lots and lots of duplicates. Girardi, how many ships are there? 4. What? I see all the ships.
I see duplicate ships. Like I see dead people. Squadron course, $2. If space rockets attack, do they use ramming speed?
No.
They use flower power.
Oh.
A saucy puppet show, $5. Riker bluffing about the power of his fleet is certainly in line with his character, since he loves poker. Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, he was facing off against, what the hell was her name? Commander...
Oh, really?
Commander O.
Commodore.
Who was like... Commodore, who was like a big muckety-muck uppity-up in Starfleet, so she would know the capabilities of the ships, though, right? So, anyway, whatever.
That is the issue. She would know, and she would certainly keep track of what's the most advanced ship in Starfleet, just so I know, etc. But Valkyrie says, we love you guys. Thank you, both of you. You guys brighten my days when I'm feeling down. Damn, thank you.
Oh, I thought we got another channel member, but we didn't. Justin Murphy. Member for 24 months at the rank of Commander. The Riker maneuver. Press the hologram button.
The Whopper button. But Vablol says, with all this work they've done with the fleet, would it be really costly to redo a lot of the shots in Season 1? Fleet shots? No. It really wouldn't. It would cost a little bit, but not very much. Especially if it's already pre-approved. Nah.
Me, no other. $2. What would a Dolphin cruise ship look like?
I like
I'm just
that.
going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it alone because I have...
Okay.
I'm just going to walk away. And read Kit 10K... Oh, sorry. Ginger Trekkie throws in £1 with no comment, but thank you so much. Kit 10K throws in $20. Amazing. Stuart, to help you raise your mood more, I got the 3D printed Fortress Tiberius I made. Ooh, for you, and I will send it out on Saturday. And Samuel, I already told Stuart, but I'm adding both you and him to my Star Trek book.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder what capacity.
Thank you very much, Kit.
Lots of power there to you know.
Power. It's absolute power.
So Stuart, here is
Yes, dear.
the inquiries, and we will talk about this again, I'm sure. You've got on the bottom the fully featured, the real hero studio model from Picard, the hero model, guys, the full detail model, and on the top left, the Tobias Richter video game model. One of these things is not like the other.
Away, I see
One of these things does not belong.
Yeah. Right away, I see the problem with Picard Season 1 with the ship models. No friggin' detail. Sure, they have hull texturing, but no registry, no lighting, no transporter emitters. We're just talking about those quite a bit here, so... Wow, my God.
No ICS thrusters, no phasers, no pennants.
The list goes on.
The list goes on.
Ray Ricks! Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Ray Ricks, welcome to the rank of Commander.
Ooh.
He's also joined the channel. That's 4 new members. We need one more
You're getting close.
to get a full house.
Oh, you're doing it.
Click that join button and take a look at the options, guys. We'd appreciate it. Anyway, sorry, yes.
You're so close, Stuart, to get your 5. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you.
I know. I love having a new member goal.
Yes.
We have a late goal. We have super chat goals. We have new member goal. I think should be a new thing.
Yeah.
So.
No, I was vaguely in touch with Tobias when he did this redesign. I sort of learned he was doing it, and I sent him a message saying, do your job, like do the thing you know how to do here, fix it, and he did. I mean, especially since this original design, there's no placements in mind for these things. You know, it just doesn't have any of them. So Tobias had to sort of then think and design and redesign. I mean, even the texturing's awful. It's just generic Discovery plating. You can see how low-fi it is. And the new one looks crisp, clear. You can still see the Aztecing vaguely, like as it should be. They don't just look like a mucky, dirty, quick rush job. Because it was, but it shouldn't have gone out if it was a rush job, you know? But I'm going to start a new poll, though, after I finish this one. I asked, which ship?
While you what? Oh, sorry.
Did you most want to see so far, or wasn't there? The Defiant wins hands down by 45% of the 394. Second place, the Intrepid at 26%, Prometheus 22%, and the Norway at a small but still there 8%. And I'll start a new poll.
Well, Snoopy McQueen throws in $5 with a little keep it up pair doing a workout. Thank you very much, Snoopy. And we got the 5th member of the channel. Woo! Chaotis 1. Welcome to the rank of Commander. Welcome aboard. Now, all the new members from here on out are gravy, so if you guys want to check out the join button.
You, sir, should buy yourself a cookie. Because you deserve a cookie for how you made Stuart feel just there. I'm just saying.
Yes, yes. And let's see, we have 561 likes, 410 people here, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't. Let's try to get to, do gently. Let's do 575 on that way to 600. If you haven't hit like yet, please just hit like. We'd really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Shit porn in the afternoon, just what the doctor ordered. Yes, Eric. A Saucy Puppet Show throws in $5. Wow, the STO version of the Inquiry looks so much more like a legit Starfleet ship. Yeah, so does the Eagle Moss model. The Eagle Moss model is actually pretty nice. I don't hate the design.
Which is interesting because that's just the Picard version. So it looks better in person, even though the details are bad.
But they added more details.
They didn't. Nope, they didn't. Exactly.
It's got registry. It's got registry and stuff.
Some have registry.
I've reviewed it.
Some have registries in the show. There's like 1 or 2, so they might add those, but there's no actual like full details.
Gotcha. Kit 10K throws in $10. My cat is making it hard to watch this live. She's now laying on my chest, purring and nudging my face. I'd move her, but I love the sound of her motor.
Cute though. That's cute though.
Yes.
So I asked a new poll, and I really want to see the results.
Okay. And it says, which Inquiry class or which Inquiry design do you like more? You spelled Inquiry wrong, but that's okay. It's on the screen. It's right there. Season 1 Picard in-house version, bottom, or Season 2 Picard Tobias Star Trek Online model, top. He's asking if you want to be top or bottom, is what he's asking. So
I'm just letting the chat speak for itself. And this is funny because this is the big controversial ship in Season 1, which is weirdly one of the most controversial things in all of Picard Season 1 is the cut and place feat, which feels like so low effort relative to whatever.
Justin Murphy asked, what's the record for likes? I don't know. I know we had over almost 700 people for Discovery Season 2. Was it Season 2 or Season 3 where they introduced the design of the new D7?
Yeah, Season 2 trailer.
Hologram form, yeah.
Yeah, that went big for us.
That was a really good one. But I don't know how many likes we got. I didn't take note.
We've had 700 or 800 before, but, you know, yeah.
Mark Lawrence, $5. Now to really show they are listening to the fans. The next Klingon ships they show should also be from Star Trek Online, like the Quib, the Matha, the Megtev, and the Vosju. Please don't make me say Vulcan or Klingon words again. I can't do Klingon. I just can't. Not even real Klingon, especially not Discovery Klingon. Yeah.
But yes, so I really like these. I really like this comparison, and certainly the. I don't think I'm confused by the fact that there's a detailing between the registry and the registry, but that's okay. I guess why I thought something to put it, but it's great because in terms of what he had to do, it was also sort of easy in a sense as well. Just here's a checklist of what needs to be added. Here's a logical place, add it. But just seeing that the RCS thrusters pop in, etc. Like, it's really not a bad design when it's finished. Except the deflector, that's absolutely appalling. It's just slits. That is a thing you should fix. Inquiry 2 design.
See you later, Aaron.
Oh, goodbye.
Aaron Standing is saying later buys.
Have a good one.
Aaron Standing, he's more like Aaron leaving. And Tim McCaffrey says, it's a good ship. It's just not for every ship. Yeah, just as long as it's not every ship. I agree.
And also, if you note here... Actually, it's interesting. There are actually escape pod hatches on the original version. They're just underneath the plate texturing. So Tobias did include them, but they are actually there. They're just completely, which means whoever textured it didn't realize that's what they were. So he just put hull plating over them, whereas escape pods should stand out because they are a thing that launches. That's really embarrassing, actually. But I like the fact they've now gone from being, I don't mind it per se, but the orange and purpley nacelle colours to a red and blue. They've matched the Star Trek Online version. So good job, them.
Ginger Trekkie, £2. Is the Season 2 inquiry the updated STO variant?
That's what we're showing. That's the model they're using the show.
And Av Geek Joe puts in $1 with no comment. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very much appreciated, guys. And we hit 581 likes. I was asking for 575, but now we obviously have to go to 600. That's 19 more likes. If 19 of you haven't hit that like button, just take a look right now and click it.
And $55, and we'll hit a beautiful milestone. 55, we'll be done. We'll be happy. That'd be phenomenal. And in fact, the person just said about the side windows, they are actually more prominent in the show. Just for this Eagle Moss render, they're toned down a bit because they looked silly. Whereas the stow version, they respected more what's on the whatever. So, just a quick note there. And is there another view? I think there's another view of an inquiry somewhere here. Oh yeah, here's another view. In that, I mean, you can see all the beautiful pinstriping. There's like a phaser. There's like phasers on there, nacelles, all the black. Lovely. I mean, yes, the windows on the saucer are obscene, and I can't rectify the side windows. That said, the Protostar has giant side windows now, which are big, like multi-space things. But a weird, stupid thing to have the entire saucer room be windows. Like that I'd remove flat out. If that was taken out, it followed most of the design rules. And I would probably...
I'm not sure they're necessarily windows, though. They look like some kind of, like, detail, like... Because it's on the front of the ship, too. It's like a grilling that's lit up as well.
Yes.
Could be shield emitters or something. Let's say they're shield emitters or ramming emitters.
Oh, I know.
They're super advanced tractor emitters that project like a bumper that you can like slam through ships with.
Because you can see the window scale, and those are massive, ginormous, huge windows. I agree. If they were a different color though, or had a detail in them, perfect. And I think I would also smooth out the forward of the hull. I think having it be a flat, hard edge weakens design as well. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I definitely think that's a good idea. Have them armored plates. Yeah. I'm looking at the, which one am I looking at right now? I'm looking at the USS Magellan version. You can see like the front grills are all lit up. Let me get to some super chats real quick. Okay, hit 10K for $10. Hey Stuart, if you really want to speak Discovery Klingon, just cram a whole bunch of hard candy into your mouth and talk. And boom, you're speaking Discovery Klingon. Or like a bunch of marshmallows would work better.
Marshmallows, Stuart, marshmallows.
Sorry. AV Geek Joe puts in $2.
Thank you.
I want a USS Heidi Wills and the USS Bo and Ma.
Okay.
None of those names ring a bell for me, but yes. Patrick James puts in $30. Thank you very much, Patrick.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Do you know or have you heard if they have the budget to continue with the higher quality? They have completed the episodes. Have they completed the episodes for the season? Costs must be insane. They have the budget. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think they just finished filming season 3. So
the thing is, right? Discovery is the biggest, highest budget Trek ever made. Picard was only expensive because Patrick cost a lot, and presumably Jerry also cost a lot. I don't think this show is massively high budget. Once you build a set and use it for 2 years, the cost is then split, and this was mostly filmed on one giant set, the Stargazer. So great, it feels high budget, but the ship models will convert. Very few. There's only 2 new models. So that's not high budget. The sets, like I say, stretched over. The costumes are new. Like, I wouldn't call it a high budget. It's efficiently made. So no, I wouldn't. They certainly didn't raise the budget drastically. In fact, they probably had less relative money per episode because of the COVID rules they had to follow. Everyone had to wear masks. Every service had to be sanitized. Blah blah blah. Offices. I mean, they probably had less money per episode because that studio wants to throw another 10 million out of production when it's already, streaming service, whatever. So no, wouldn't even be that. I wanted to. Someone said something. Oh yeah, Ian. I can't find the join button on an iPhone. Yes, Apple products say no.
Ugh,
So
yeah,
go onto your
iOS.
PC or laptop. We are sorry, but
Or I think you can go onto your Safari, which is your web browser. Just go onto YouTube there. I think that might be there then. Check that out. Kit 10K puts in $60. My God, Kit. Here's your 55 you asked for, Samuel, plus 5 more.
sounds like you said 55. You arsehole there.
Here's your 55, you asshole.
Asshole. Yes. Fantastic. I mean, that's
And people have
obviously
been saying
amazing.
that those things on the windows on the side could be improper UV mapping, or emitters for like the shielding that Voyager had at the end of an Endgame. I mean, it's great ideas, but yeah, Windows I don't like. I don't like the fact those would be Windows.
So we're trying to get another $25 because of every time you up us a scale, we up a scale. 5 more likes, $27 more.
Ooh.
As we reach the end of this road, let's just celebrate the past with the graphic of the graphics of the ships that, as soon as, when Picard was at the Academy building, probably the Academy buildings, we assume it was, but it was just outside, inside, outside. We saw this lineup of blue plaqued standing stations to appreciate the past, kind of like the murals on TMP Enterprise or other places, and we noticed obviously the Stargazer and the Excelsior clearly in view, and this is the full collection of ships as seen with the details, and there is also information we can go through if you really want to, but they do appear. Yes, Stuart, hello.
USS Constellation, NCC 1017. That's the one that got destroyed by the Doomsday machine, which I have up here actually. And it's the classic TOS Constitution class, because we know in season 1 of Picard, when he went to Starfleet, he looked up and there's a hologram of the Enterprise D rotating, and then it changed to the hologram of the Disco Prize for some reason. But they've corrected it here. So David Blass, my good man, I love you. I'd kiss you, but that'd be gross.
But shall I make you sad briefly as well?
Can I read the super chat and something else first?
You can. I also need to get a drink of water. So I'm going to put this on, let everyone react to it, and come back and hear the reaction.
Oh, good God. Vab Blancs, $2. Trekyards, thanks for all you do. Trek is alive. It's alive.
It's definitely doing a lot right now. One episode, remember.
We only need one more like to get to 600.
Remember, guys, this is one episode worth of content we've seen.
Yes,
remember that. We haven't stopped talking about it. One episode.
And we got Ian Smith joining at the rank of captain.
Ian.
So that's 6 new members for this live. So thank you. Welcome Captain. Welcome aboard.
Right, back in one second.
Appreciate you guys. Yes, I'll be back with a drink. Alyssa Jericho has been a member for 23 months at the rank of commander. Says the Thunderchild was there. First contact alum. Yes, the Thunderchild was there. One of the Akira classes that was in the fleet. So, here we go. I'm going to be sad now. I don't think I have that picture. All right, let's see what's going on with this picture. USS Enterprise, NCC 1701. Oh, it's the Disco Prize. David Blass. I'm gonna have to take back everything I just said. It's good to have original TOS Connies, but the Enterprise should definitely be the one. Icky. USS Foley's Pugs, NCC 821, Oberth class. There you go. Disco Prize does look much better than the JJ Prize, yes. But the Disco Prize, it's a fine design. It looks really good. But it would have made a much better rebooted Enterprise for JJ's movie, 2009, than the one we got for sure. So the orthos show straight struts. Yes, they do. Well, that was John's original concept when John used to design this thing. I don't know what the hell Samuel's doing, but yeah.
I'm back. Hi.
I took back everything I said about Dave Blass doing a good job.
Why is that, Stuart?
So that's the Disco Prize.
It is.
But they've already screwed that up because they got John's original concept sketch as the orthos, which has the straight struts. So they're trying to include everything now at this point. And if there's one true TOS Connie that should be represented, it should be the fucking Enterprise, not the Constellation.
So this was a slight troll by me to the audience because I like good old concept art. This, and I've looked down the chain of events. This was the original concept that John did for this for the style of frame that everything's in, and he used his JJ Discovery Prize as the graphic. He has since clarified while talking about Dave's post, this was never intended to be in these frames. No, never. Stop asking. It was just a temp graphic for the sake of it. Because people, he posted all these pictures and half of the comments were JJ Discovery Prize, like literally, and he clearly had to respond because he's not thinking that's gonna be the thing that grabs people's attention, the JJ Discovery Prize. So he thought to use this, hence the orthos don't make sense, etc. So it's odd he would choose that. I guess it was on his mind or something. I mean, it's one of the last ships he'd done, I guess. But clearly, as you said, they did choose though to use the Constellation Classic, which once again recanonizes the original Connie design. So
thank God.
Now we can say it's now, because we had said we knew the original Connie design was canon in TOS, obviously TNG, obviously the motion picture is briefly on the graphics. Isn't there a TOS Connie as part of the wall from Star Trek TMP? Isn't there a Connie on there? Or is that just sailing ships? Is there a Connie?
No, there's a Connie on there, I think.
Okay, Connie on there.
I think so.
My brain says there is as well. I don't know. Obviously TNG, Voyager we saw at least one, DS9 we actually saw one, Enterprise we saw one, Lower Decks we've seen them in pictures. We hadn't in Picard, we've only seen the Discovery Prize, but here we go. So every time we see this, the Discovery Prize is less relevant as a concept because it's illogical for it to go from 255 meters, whatever it is, to 560 for Discovery, then read back down again. It's illogical, and I mean,
and stupid.
Is anything you see here inaccurate vibe-wise? Does anything stand out to you as being silly mistakes or canon breaking or anything?
Nothing's canon breaking. The USS Leon de Grance is too Discovery-esque, but it's like part of a new fleet, I guess.
No, it's NCT 2176.
Well, then it's wrong.
It's just off the Excelsior. And before Stargazer.
That's wrong. Then that's wrong.
I mean, you remember the story of that, though, don't you, Stuart?
Yes, I do. It was a concept she did for something.
Yes, it was an Australian fan group concept that John did, which then he repurposed for a certificate we've actually both seen in person of Picard's original test flight ship. Now, so this was designed for Star Trek. Well, it was designed for the thing. Now, obviously, every element here is Sovereign. Every single element. I mean, you can't even go even more advanced than a Sovereign, and yet it's canonly it was actually a Uhura's ship. They've now canonized that in the diagrams. This is Captain Uhura's main starship, which then became redundant and became a flight a cadet test ship. So Uhura flew this ship in her Monster Maroon uniform.
Moment of silence for the mistakes that were made.
I mean, good for them for being nice to John's designs, but
anyway, other than that, they fixed out a lot of things, so kudos to them. They did a really good job. Dave Blass, I take back everything I said.
I mean, it isn't rocket science, especially if you have like an Ego Moss model in front of you. You can replicate these things. Although I can already tell the bottom of that galaxy's wrong. I mean, the
struts look a little off.
Well, yeah, I mean the whole neck, the line's wrong, the angle's wrong, and that's not the details of the back of the nacelles, and the Basards too.
But you think if they're gonna get one ship right for fucking Picard, it would be that one?
Yeah, actually,
7 years of it on screen.
No, the proportion is actually really wrong here. The neck is very, very off. The connection point, how it connects, is off. And you can see sort of 2 shuttle bays, the same thing. So this is probably a sketch off the Season 1 wrong model. But that's actually pretty proportionally wrong, actually. And considering they had access to the Stowe model or whatever, that's actually quite an incorrect model. Huh. And the impulse engines don't even go out that far. And I've done a lot of renders of this, so I know what I'm talking about. That is not a correct model. Well, okay, Stuart, retake it back. The artist.
No. It's a ship I care less about, so it's fine.
Now, the Excelsior looks phenomenal. Stargazer, a bit of a thin saucer rim, but apart from that, looks phenomenal. And the Stargazer's too high. Should be lower. Should be on a lower plane. It's not that different. The Reliant looks phenomenal.
How would the Reliant be there? I guess in honor of the crew that got stranded on City.
Well, it might have done cool stuff before that. I mean, we're assuming its legacy started and ended with its destruction. You know.
Yeah.
The Connie, beautiful. I mean, that's perfect. And Phoenix, I mean, that's just probably one of John's sketches. I mean, you know. And the Intrepid's also pretty perfect. Yeah, where the Galaxy's so wrong.
Don't know. But we got a lot of super chats to get to, so let me get to those.
Oh, fantastic.
Kit 10K, $10. 600 likes, baby. Hell yeah. Let's keep them coming. We're at 613 now, so let's go for 620. 7 more. Can we do it? Mark Lawrence, $5. The Oberth class replacement should be called the Kurtzman class, so we can see them explode every episode they show up.
I do want to see her births, though. I do want to see her births.
Yeah, I do too. Let's see a new version of an Oberth. Preston M, who's been a member for 11 months at the rank of captain. Thank you for your service, Captain. The Disco Prize looks like an in-between refit between TOS and TMP. It's not, though, because it's twice the size. So that's not how things work. But hey, moving on. Matthew DeFreitas, $2. Maybe Strange New World Season 1 end battle requires TOS refit. Maybe. Yes, and it gets hit by a shrink ray and shrinks down to the correct size. Because that's logical.
I mean,
they had a few opportunities to refit it.
End of Season 1, man.
Look, a few times, man. So,
yeah. No, I mean, it's hopefully we're gonna see this the TOS one appear. It kind of feels like we will at some point, but as in the show, it would make sense to logically include them, but you know, yeah.
Listen, Jericho says, "What ship is the new Grissom?" We don't know. We just hear that the USS Hikaru Sulu and the USS Grissom mentioned. So, a saucy puppet show puts in $10. I like the Disco Enterprise as an evolution from the NX-01, but it's hard to justify retconning the Enterprise. Yes, it is. And Dave, who might be Dave Blass, I don't know, puts in £2. No, it's not Dave Blass. What holo tests are the cadets doing on the Phoenix?
Well, I assume these are just respectful ships that people love. I assume there's like multiple levels this building, and every floor has ships. I would assume this is just there's hundreds of these around the academy. You know, as you walk around, I would assume personally.
Preston M says, just don't look at the scale. But that's not how things work. Anyway. Well, 6 new members, 621 likes. We did hit 620. Jesus, man. You guys are kicking it out of the park today. Awesome. I'm so revitalized and re-energized now. Wow.
And it's certainly lovely after discovering Prodigy, where the interest was somewhat there, but nothing like this. And for us, that you know, we really sort of lived off the energy and the whatever of Picard Season 1, etc. It's really nice to come back. Honestly, I would like to talk about the Borg ship as well. Put in the chat right now, 370 people. Do you want us to talk about the Borg ship for another 10 minutes? Finish out the batch ascent. What do you guys think? Borg ship, yes or no? Stuart can veto that, it's fine. No, Bryce, no. And you know what? We have 213 votes to our other poll about which one looked better, the Tobias or the in-house. I was hoping, Stuart, that would be 100%. I thought that'd be our first 100%, because surely, I'll take 90, but I thought it was going to be 100. I'm a little bit sad I didn't. I was going to Facebook you saying that'll be our first 100, and then we got one straight away, so I was like, damn it. But yes, 90%, good job. But yeah, briefly though, the new Borg ship is a thing. It's not what I thought it was going to look like, I'll be honest, from the front, shape-wise. Gives me replicator ship from Stargazer II vibe, if you remember the big elongated thing with spires. Gives me that vibe. And then it extends kind of like the scimitar. And it's, what's it called? It's called something specifically, they call it. Is that in picture? Yeah. What do you think they're seeing it in more concept?
It's cool. I like the how it looks like a comet, and maybe they assimilated a planet killer from the Doomsday Machine, harnessing its massive energy. That'd be epically cool. Yeah, it's cool. It looks like something Kryptonian though. Looks like Kal-El's little escape pod thing.
But the thing is,
But.
Oh, what?
I was just gonna say, but I mean, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's very much a case of Borg are known for their simple designs. However, they're known for their simple designs. This is simple shapes put together in a complicated way, but it's still simple shapes. So I have zero problem with the logic here. I like the fact that they use the original TOS picture of the Doomsday Machine, not remastered. Because these are in-house documents. These are the things they showed at production meetings back in the day. They stuck with the how it should, could, would look. Note to them.
Show the size comparison as well, because
yes,
compared to the fleet, I mean, you think of a Doomsday Machine and how the Constitution class looked next to that. It perfectly it has that feel for sure. So,
and I don't imagine it's actually Doomsday Machine linked. That feels, I think they just mean conceptually, not literally, because it's not close enough to Doomsday Machine for me. And besides, you're not assimilating it. You have to build a new one based on the knowledge of a Doomsday Machine, but it didn't.
That's what they did. That's why it's got that tail.
Well, maybe.
That's why it opens up too.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what the Doomsday Machine looked like before all the stuff got blown off of it, because we know that it was bristling with weapons and stuff before. It was an ancient design that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're literally meaning this, and we don't know how early it is in production. I don't quite buy it as that concept. Now, if they'd said in the dialogue, it's got a neutronium hull, whatever the hull was, that would be perfect. We might get that later. Although, that maybe the Borg went to the galaxy and found these guys. I mean, there's so many possible stories I'm not ruling out. But it's, they're not saying like literally here. I love that. I love that concept art of all the ships. Shows how they were really in there from the start, the stow ships kicking butt. And you can see that, there is actually a Stargazer shot. The new Stargazer. Where you see the bottom, which you haven't seen yet. Mm-hmm. Which gives us a sense of not a lot. And yet still, the secondary nacelle grill's still not glowing. I'm so glad they made them glow for the final version, because it does need that. Well, that Reliant looks great from the back, surely. That looks really good.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, looking forward to seeing more of it and learning where it's from. Hope that has a good story.
And as I've said since the last episode, which is not very long, so we've just talked about it, I really hope we don't spend that much time in the alternate universe or even in the past. This is so interesting. Get back as soon as possible. I was about to say stow there, because it's the stow ships. So, yeah. That's our brief look. We'll do another look at in-depth later. And, of course, the shuttle as well. So we didn't even get to that. So, yeah, fully discussed here, Stuart. The fleet from Picard. This has been a hell of a ride.
And we'll have breakdown videos on a lot of this stuff and comparison shots as well. So make sure you're subscribed, everybody that's here. Make sure you click the notification bell icon. Hit like before you leave. But yes, keep your eyes open for the breakdown videos on these ships. And we love talking about this kind of stuff. So hell yeah. Kit 10K throws in $100 super chat to finish us off. And says, guys, with how good this video did today, the two of you better celebrate with some shots. Let me get you started. Thank you, Kit. I can't wait to meet you in person and have like shots with you in like person.
We'll buy all your drinks though.
Yes. Yes, we will. Oh man.
Wow. So of course, then tomorrow we'll do another video about something. Look forward to that discussion, and very soon it'll be Picard episode 2, Mirror Alternate Universe. We'll get those answers. We'll see if there's a DH Picard, and maybe we should do a prediction video because finally, it's things to predict and talk about because Discovery.
Well, we had coming this season on, and there's some interesting reveals in there.
Yep, we should do a predictions. Guys, would you tune in for a predictions video? Yes or no? But obviously we're going to stop in a minute now and just click in the chat, yes or no. But thank you, Stuart. Glad you feel better. Go have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go back to a script. And all the videos this week are already edited. They're already up. They're already waiting. I believe tomorrow is to about the starship directly. Including an announcement video, etc. And just some other fun stuff as well. Whew! Well done, Picard, once again. Well done.
And on that note, guys, thank you for watching. You guys are incredible. This has been a really fun live, so thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Until next time, he is Commander Calkins.
He's Colonel Foley, and lots of yeses for the predictions, so I guess the audience has spoken.
They're predicting that, yes, we will do prediction video. Sweet.